Hello, everybody. Welcome to the pub. It's Saturday night. Cheers. All right. Hope you all are well. That is a tasty martini, a rare drink for Smokesteve. Hopefully, my sound is all right. Just got down here, been upstairs for a bit. So, sorry about the delay on the start. Who's here? Who do we got? Topple. What's going on, buddy? Last Dance RW. Good to see you guys. English Bottle Cap. Thanks for being here, man. Just Stevo. What up, dog? Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Got 4 here. That's great. And more to show up, hopefully. Got a pretty eventful week happening here in the U.S. as well as all around the world. So hopefully we can get into some of those subjects tonight. I know I'm excited too. Currently, there was a mass stabbing event in Germany, and it's really unfortunate that these things are happening. Obviously, quite a bit in Europe right now. So, yeah, and they tried to get the Taylor Swift concert and the thing that happened in England a couple of weeks back. So, pretty darn serious stuff, man. Problem with martinis is they don't stay cold, and I use Amaro vermouth, which is brown. That's why it has the brownish tint to it. It's a pretty drink, though, isn't it? Those are 3 cocktail onions in there, 2 shots of gin, and about a quarter shot of Amaro. I think it's called Amaro vermouth. Good shit. Really good for a what is it? A Manhattan, I believe. Right, Topple Band Knives. Interesting sound coming from the outside. I hear an alarm call coming from the birds. Probably a predator. Cat, hawk, owl. Usually when there's a coyote, the crows and stuff and blue jays go crazy, but the little birds don't. You guys can probably hear that cardinal doing their evening thing, about to go down for the night. A Manhattan is the poor man's martini. Is that what you mean? Or this is the poor man's martini? That is so good. Don't taste the booze at all. Then again, I'm a booze bag. Oh, yeah, it is the color of malt vinegar. It's funny. Sure, don't taste it. And that's good. Got my college buddy coming over tomorrow night. We're going to be pickling. And we'll be getting pickled while we pickle. So it should be a fun night. He's bringing a bunch of peppers, hot cherries. I've got hot cherries ready to clip and jalapenos. And we're going to pickle some stuff up. We're going to make some hot pepper relish. I don't know what that is. Let's turn the computer a little so I don't blind you guys. Gonna get some airflow in there, though. But no, we just we like pickling. Goofy, I know. Doesn't sound right. 2 grown men, but hey, it's what we do. Occasionally, we've been known to stuff pickled peppers with various salted cured Italian meats and strong provolone. Then you make a brine and you put the stuffed pepper back into the brine and you leave it for about a week. Oh man, those babies are about as good as they get if you like strong, salty, sour. Can't see what that is, but it looks like a bottle. Oh, still can't see. Too small. Koppel already jumping up on the in the green room. Right on, dude. Glad you're here. Funnily enough, well, I won't say it, but a song by a certain artist came on today on the radio, and I was bobbing my head to it. It was a banger. She has some good songs. Did RFK endorse Trump yet? Not Swifty, bro. Hell no. Yeah, I don't know. Sort of is a good answer. All kinds of weird shit's going on though between the parties. Like that Ann Coulter, I mean, she's just a moron. I don't know what the hell she's thinking. It's bizarre when people say shit online and then they rush to delete something, which she did. Not a good look. Yeah, he backed out of Arizona. He officially filled out the paperwork. So, yeah, he's probably going to endorse Trump because I think he would be the one to likely hurt Trump if he stayed in. He'll take votes from Trump. Even though he is a Kennedy, he's certainly not a traditional Kennedy by any means. So it's great you guys all showed up. Fridays tend to be a little bit slower. I'll probably be pulling the Smokesteve act a little bit later, but for now, we roll. I caught a little bit of Random Goon earlier. He's probably still on. Great stream he's got going on, so always check him out. Hayden's Bang Bang upload on Black Octopus is quality. Cool. Yeah, I saw Hayden did a video on Instagram. He's teaching acting classes now, which is a cool little endeavor. I think he's. Yeah, I heard it. I heard he roasted him with the speech. I have a hard time listening to him talk because of his fortunate voice. T-Lover's back. Welcome back, T-Lover. From 3 weeks ago, I believe. That was a strong one. Mamma mia. Woo. A lot of vinegar. What do you got going here? All right, let's see. Oh, wow, yeah, it's a gay thing. That sounds about right, Topple. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking docking is like putting two iPhones next to each other and like doing something like that, or pulling a boat up to a dock. Well, no, there's a third definition. And don't look it up. It's disturbing. At the highest level. Let me get back here. Yeah, Welshie. Yeah, hit him up. He doesn't know I'm on, probably. Although, yeah, probably not. He probably doesn't get notifications on his phone. Thank you, though. Thank you, Top. Yes. Appreciate that for the disturbing information, as always, from you. What is the Bang Bang upload on Black Octopus English? If you have a second to explain that out a little bit, love to know. And I'm going to get this thing down before it gets too warm. The Democratic, is it the DNC that just got finished last night? Is that what it's called? The Democratic National Convention? I don't know if anybody here watched any of it or picked up on any parts of it. I myself did not, but I hear it was quite a bang for them. A lot of enthusiasm. I didn't watch any of it, honestly. I know wife did, though, so she might chime in if she has a moment to join in. Oh, that's gotta go. Pack a freshie. Oh, yeah. What about it is pure lies? The whole thing? Any particular parts? I can't do Beyonce because of her music. She's ridiculous. Music is horrible. She's kind of a joke, but whatever. If people like her, more power to them. I myself do not. Description says the video for the playout track for our feature film Kara by Kenny Lee Roberts. The minute the director heard the track, he was adamant that this was the one to play out. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's always going to be hyperbole. Cool. Yeah, never been a fan of her music. I don't understand what anybody really sees in it, but I like Jay-Z. He's got some bangers. 99 Problems and A Bitch Ain't One is a very, very good one. I believe Rick Rubin produced that, and he came up with the idea for the a cappella beginning. Very good beginning. Country singer, that's funny. Yeah, right. No, Patsy Cline, no. Dolly Parton, nah. Loretta Lynn, nah. Fuck yeah, no. Bay's the one, right? Is that what they call her? Yeah, I didn't like any of those. Hey, hello there. Hello there. That reminds me of the Seinfeld episode when Jerry's, hey, wife, click, 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 enter. Welcome to my lovely wife. Hello, good to see you. The episode when Jerry's attractive girlfriend, one of about 60 that he had on the show, when she's sleeping, Jerry envisions her stomach saying, hello, well, hello. And in the end, they decide to keep the voice. Oh, it's Tea Lover. Same guy. Gotcha. Oh, it's not cold anymore. Now it tastes like warmish gin. Tepid gin. Et al. Should have a space. That's fine. Welcome, wife. Good to see you. Hopefully, our buddy here, Last Dance, got over his malaise. I saw a wavering hand there. But true dat. Did hear him last night. He sounded aight. Hey! Right. Where's Topples? Hello. I guess you're et al. Oh, there you go. There it is. And anyone else she neglected to name will be the et al. It's going to be a tough battle with this pipe. I can already sense it. It's a little clogged. Hello there. Hey, English bottle cap with the, is that the hang loose? I can't, or no, it's the wave. Yeah, I could just roll joints all night. Good call. I had hey, Welsh dog, what's going on? Okay, a rolly. A hand-rolled ciggy. I got you. I don't smoke tobacco, just the wacky kind. As my dear old uncle would say, who's long dead, the wacky tobacco. Those boys are out on the boat smoking the wacky tobacco. Yeah, it brings me back to a subject I was going over on Discord earlier. Why Hillary lost to Donald Trump. My theory is that she alienated middle America and the average working man. When she called people who supported Trump deplorable, she didn't only call his supporters deplorable. You know, there were probably people who weren't necessarily supporters of either who felt as though they were going to be, now they're deplorable. It was a ferociously bad decision of hers to say that, because it basically grouped a whole class of people together. And people didn't know Trump then. And she was painting a picture of herself that people didn't like. She made mistakes, and she lost a lot of the swing states, the ones that both sides need to win. She did not do well in. It's unfortunate for her. Not that I wanted to see her as president, but it was unfortunate decision making. She also made comments about, we're going to close down the coal mines. That's not a good thing, a thing you want to hear. Even if you're a lifelong Democrat, if you're a coal miner, you're going to be like, well, fuck this, you know? So now people know Trump, which I think is going to, obviously, I think it's going to harm him a little in some, with some Republicans or people who voted for him previously. And Kamala, what she has going against her is she's very progressive, and the right is painting her as ultra progressive. So that might be enough to scare people away from her that could be on the fringe, that don't want that. Again, I feel like people want somebody, if on the Democratic side, who is a little more towards the center. It'd be nice if they all didn't follow the same patterns, because that's what it seems to have come down to now. There's a list of things you have to follow if you're on one side and on the other, and to pick and choose as you would to build yourself and your beliefs doesn't seem to really happen anymore. All right, I'm going to get this thing going here. Yeah, her past is tough. I agree. She's kind of a, elite class, person. But you see that with the Democratic Party, though. Last night they're railing against, this is only from what I've read, billionaires, and they have Oprah up there speaking, and she's a multi-billionaire, so whatever. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
Good.
Yeah, I'm mostly over it. I still got a little bit of a cough that rears its ugly head once in a while.
I'm glad that you're on the mend. You're almost done with it. Yeah. Summer cold.
Got a new bottle of whiskey.
All right, all right.
The last month or so, it's been Glenlivet.
Yes.
Now it's
Glenfiddich.
Glenfiddich, another Glen.
12-year.
12-year.
Scotch
whiskey. Yep.
Good.
It's okay. It's I'm still getting to know it, but I like it.
What was it that Churchill drank? A highball, I believe. Which is just like the way he drank him was a splash of scotch with soda water.
Oh, I thought you were going to say cocaine and heroin.
Oh no, Winston Churchill. Oh, it's a highball. It's a classic Scotch
Yeah.
cocktail.
Uh-huh.
It's how you make Scotch refreshing.
Okay.
Scotch, seltzer, I think, and ice, I believe. So
Yeah.
good though. Is this your first glass of it tonight?
It is. Yes.
And better or worse than the previous bottle?
I think it's a little better.
Okay. And I always ask price point.
I think this was $70
Wow.
for, yeah. I don't know, if that's a terrible price or just average bad. So it's 433. No,
Oh, it should be 750.
well, I can't see. Oh, there it is, 750. Thank you. 750. Oh
Well,
man,
English
Got it.
Bottle Cap is putting out their Glen More Egg.
I almost picked that one today. I was looking at that one. So that will be next.
Same price.
It's a little more, even more than that.
You get a good 4 to 6 weeks out of a bottle, right?
Yeah, that's about right. I think we
So
could look at past shows and see where the bottle began.
Exactly. Welshman saying Trump and Kennedy. Yeah, I don't think Trump had a great pick, Vance, but I don't think Kennedy would be Kennedy would be a worse pick for Trump, in my opinion.
Yeah, it would definitely. It'd be a worse pick, and it would also take too much of the limelight away from Trump.
Yeah. It would just be Bizarro world too. He's a Kennedy. No matter what, he's still a fucking Kennedy, you know?
Right,
Like,
right. I wouldn't trust him. You know what I'm saying? It might come to a point where he realizes he's a Kennedy. Trump's, Trump, and he's just, what am I doing? I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I had Teddy here for a long time as a senator, and
Yeah.
though Teddy got shit done when he wanted to, there were things in his past that were
Oh yeah.
so blatantly bad. Chappaquiddick, obviously.
Well, one of my favorite memes is the picture of the car submerged, and with there's a little caption coming out of the car saying "Me too," coming out of the drowned Mary Jo Kopechne.
That's classic. Let's get. Do you ever see the movie?
What movie?
Chappaquiddick, the more
No.
modern one. I think it was the teens. It was made.
No, I haven't.
Gary Tangway was in it. He's a local broadcast sports guy.
Okay.
All right, RW.
W.
Thanks for hanging out with me last night on the music trivia.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that.
That was fun, man.
It was fun. Yeah.
Well, it was fun, even though I wasn't going to win. I still enjoyed. I think Sarita got ripped off because
of technical difficulties.
Exactly. So.
Oh well, it was all about having fun.
Yeah, it was Bandy, Smokesteve, and Sarita.
Yeah,
playing for the top.
Strong, yeah. He would have won if he didn't leave early. He was on the win. I'm happy to. I since I didn't do my weekly dig, I have tons of material if there's any downtime. But I'm more than happy to skip my intro and let the other guys in here.
Oh no, it's just that one guy.
Just that one guy. Love, life, think fast.
Love, life, think fast. I don't even know who it is. So hey, what was that little bottle, dude?
That was
kombucha.
It was ginger and probiotics. Yeah, nothing too fancy, but it helps. It does make your stomach feel pretty good in your guts. I thought Tea Lover was in the back chat in the green room and Topple.
No, it's just live, love.
Topple and Tea Lover were there, and Tea Lover and Topple went away.
Okay, all right. Well, here we are then.
I'm thinking maybe Love, Life, Think Fast is maybe Tea Lover, but I'm not sure anymore.
Tea Lover, can you get on cam for them real quick just to show him yourself?
Why? I don't know what he looks like. So.
Oh, he's got black short hair. He's.
I do.
Well, I saw a little movement, but then I didn't see a person.
He said it's Joe again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's him. It's him.
Okay.
I trust it.
All right.
Welshman's here too.
Well,
Good.
And all right, I'm going to let you guys on in a second, and we're going to jump into. Did you guys hear about this stabbing in Germany?
I saw that.
Not until you said it.
Did you look it up?
I didn't look into it. No. I saw that possible terrorist attack, but I didn't read into it.
I was looking up docking.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Top, we'll get out of here, man.
Dude, it's gay as gay can be.
Yes.
Get out of here, Topple.
All right, we'll get into the Germany things here with the new guys. I'll get them on here and not at the same time.
I'm in.
Tea lover, live love. What should we call you? How about just T?
Just call me T or Joe. I just changed my name because I didn't like T Lover because it's on like every other thing I have. I was like, okay.
Oh, independence. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening, all.
Joe. Good to
Welcome,
see you.
Welky.
Oh, let me get can you hear me okay? I'll try to get a different mic.
You're not
sounds good.
fine. Yeah.
Nice and clear. Don't move one fucking millimeter and you'll be perfect.
I think it's when I go searching on the internet and I come back, it doesn't actually properly connect back to StreamYards. It's sort of like half connects. I think that's the main problem.
I think your 3-foot walking stick probably helps with the connection of the earbuds or the microphone.
Hey, how'd you get on? I didn't pin it in the comments. The link.
Tigre Hermano. Oh, I did, bro.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Pulled them. Or no, actually, you guys posted on X.
I posted it.
It's in the Discord.
Okay.
But he didn't pin it.
Welsh's not in the Discord. Are you still using Discord, Welshman, or are you done with it?
What channel?
Working on a think tank server.
Yeah, I mean, I go on Discord, but rarely. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
that's all right. I'll bug you. Every once in a while, there's events I thought you might like, but I still get a hold of you through X. You respond at least.
Yeah, better through X.
What's the word over there about the stabbing in Germany, man?
Okay, so it's. I mean, if you go on Twitter now, you can have a look yourself. You just put in German stabbing, and you'll see there's some graphic footage of people like look like they're deceased, covered up. Reports of coming in saying it's one of those mostly peaceful things.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful with those.
As you know, I'm in the UK, so I've got to be rather. But it's unknown. But there's reports coming in. But that's what that's all we know. The latest I got, I wanted to see what the BBC had to say, and they've basically said fuck all. Like literally fuck all. They're looking for there's a person at large person. I don't even think they say. They said a man. I think they said a person.
I'm curious to hear their subscription. If it's anything like the acid guy, it should be a good one.
Newcastle man.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing that happened recently in the UK was a UK citizen. So
he was a Welsh man. He's as Welsh as I am.
100%.
You know what I mean? I mean, obvious.
You're being sarcastic.
Well, no, that's what they were saying, weren't they? I mean, on paper, on paper, he's got the same passport as I have. He's as Welsh as I am.
It's sarcasm. Sarcasm meter is blowing up here, but okay.
Well, that's all we got left.
Right, I understand. You got to speak around things.
Yeah, he goes to the pokey. Otherwise,
the whole country is just going to be a bunch of sarcastic fuckers now because they
two of my friends are currently locked up for reporting on social media. Yorkshire Rose and Active Patriots.
Damn, for social media comments.
Well, when I say they're locked up, they're currently on real big bail things, so they can't post on social media again. Basically, they're going against Article 10 of the Human Rights. So, I mean, we've got no free press. You can't even publish anything now.
It's insane, man. Yorkshire Rose is out on bail. Crazy dude.
They're all on like the same crazy conditions I was on, but even worse in their case.
But you got off scot-free, essentially, aside from the headache of it. But
well, I mean, they just kept on putting charges on me, just to keep on topping up on it, you know.
Crazy, man. Jesus.
I don't think the evidence was there at all, but you keep on throwing charges at someone. It adds up, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Tigre is talking about memes in the side chat. I'm just curious if you guys have found any decent meme sources lately. I finally found some on 9gag, which I've never heard of until last week.
On Twitter.
I tried Twitter, but I can't seem to find, except for like the random Babylon Bee stuff.
Yeah.
I go to rollitup.org for
I would never have thought to look there
for memes, and some good ones come through there.
So the reports in Germany, just to finish it off, to get back on the, it was some sort of cultural festival. There's reports saying a diversity festival, but that's not the case. What it is, it's a festival to do with the history of the town. It's supposed to be 650 years old. So that's what it was. So I would suggest more it's a cultural festival of Germany and that town. And the footage I've seen of people being covered up, if you notice, you notice huge 1,000-liter pallets, or they're 1,000-liter containers that's on a pallet. And what these containers are for, they're like to stop those. Should I describe it as peaceful car journeys?
Right.
Where,
yes.
Yeah. So to stop that, so it looks like the attack happened at the entrance or the exit of the cultural festival because you can see those people on the floor there next to those like 1,000-liter like container pallet things, which is basically urban, you know, like diversity barriers.
Right. Yeah,
because this guy had half his face missing. They knew he had half his face missing because obviously when it hit his face, he'd have reacted, and maybe that's why he didn't do more damage than he did. But they basically hid it from the public, the identity, and like you said, they could have, you know, there is bottlenecks in the tube and all that where a lot of people meet, you know, where a lot of trains meet up. So the whole point is the staff could be well aware not to approach, but obviously.
He was the most distinctive looking man in the UK at that point. Yeah. And if they would have just said, if you see this most distinctive looking man with half his face burned off, call the police. He's a wanted criminal.
Yeah, but what was comical a few days later, the CCTV footage showed him on the bridge and then disappeared. So they presumed that maybe he jumped in the river. Metropolitan Police said, we're not going to drag the river because you never find any bodies because of the tidal system. They were forced into it in the end, and within the first few hours or the first day, they found 3 bodies, which were nothing to do with him. It's it's so difficult to find bodies.
Lee, it was 20. They closed the search down by 27 minutes, I believe the number was, because they found 2 bodies in 27 minutes.
How many bodies are in there?
I don't know.
God knows.
Scary.
Yeah, I mean, I would say,
and it wasn't him. It wasn't him. He was found like a week.
Bodies.
He was found like a week after. They abandoned the first.
If you're going to have a level of dragnet, as we would call it in the old school police days here in the U.S., we'll call it the white guy dragnet. All points, bullet in, everybody knows, beat Bolo, we got this murderer. Then give them all the white guy treatment. They should all be treated equally as mass murderers. Like, why are they giving special... You know what I'm saying? It's fucking weird, dude.
And Steve,
the
only thing they're doing, they're endangering the public at large. Can you imagine if that guy then Can you imagine? Realistically, if that
exactly.
guy attacked some random woman and some kids, like during that
Yeah.
like 48 hours or whatever, and it would have
That
come
would
out
be
that the
that.
police knew the guy's identity virtually immediately because she'd have said, "That's my ex-boyfriend Abdul," and
Yeah,
they'd have said,
that
"Have
would
you
have
got a
been.
photo of Abdul on your phone?" She'd be like, "Yeah, somewhere, whatever." Because
What you
obviously
drinking, Surya?
she was injured, but the point
She's
was they
asking.
would have been able to have got that
Looks like
information pretty
Doritos.
soon.
Jarritos.
Aritos.
What the hell is that?
It's like Mexican soda.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a mellow yellow for a second. Has that color.
Did you guys think anything special of the Theo Vaughn interview with Trump? I don't know if you guys watched that, but
Yeah, I watched it.
that was pretty interesting conversation, man.
I got
Sitting on your front porch like an owl.
whatever they started bringing into the country, it was rattly like fuck. I tell me, I'm not being funny. I ended up feeling like a builder.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny when he said, "Dude, bro, that's crazy." Like about one particular question, I thought it was accurate from Theo. You know, because what he
I think
was talking about was
Trump dealt with
crazy,
it pretty
bro.
well. He came across really good. I think.
Yeah, Trump was like, "Yeah, it is."
He
Yeah, it
was
is.
talking
He
about
said-
his brother. He was talking about his older brother being an addict and all that. I think that would have come across well with the American public. He
Theo,
seems sincere.
I like the kid, man. He's no idiot. People think he's just this fucking mook. He's not an idiot. He's all
Part of the
there.
shtick.
Part of the shtick. Generally, idiots don't make it his level, you know. Same thing with Joe Rogan. People call him an idiot. He's no idiot, man.
Yeah.
Is he still the #1 podcast?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of this guy before. Like, have you guys heard of him before?
He's good. Yeah, he's good.
Oh.
What, Joe Rogan? Oh,
No, not Joe Rogan. I thought you were talking about Theo Vaughn.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Joe
he's a
Rogan.
Ever heard of
comedian.
Theo Vaughn?
He was
I've
part of the
never-
Real World.
I never heard of him.
He was on the Real World. MTV.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
then.
Hilarious, bro.
Ew. That's not
Thing
good. That's not a good thing, man.
The thing is that I'm sorry. People can maybe criticize Trump for doing that podcast, but actually, there was obviously a bit of nonsense talk between the two of them.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, because it's an hour long. But they did touch on certain subjects, like drugs and alcohol, and they both had personal experiences where they both sort of shared them, even though Trump's is distant. He's quite, known for being a total teetotaler and never taking drugs in his life. I thought, obviously that's going to come. What else did they talk about? They talked about a couple of subjects. Go on.
I think what's interesting from what I'm observing is I know the Democratic Party convention or whatever's just finished. Kamala's on a high. I think she's just raised 100 million. But I just feel maybe she's peaking. She's going to peak too early. There's still a long time to go before the election. She's going to hit rough water in a couple of areas. How damaging that will be, we'll have to see. But it's not going to be clean all the way to the election where she's riding high.
Have they got a policy? Have they got their policies released yet?
They're not releasing policies, but there's a debate set for I forget when.
They're not
September
releasing
10?
policies.
September 9?
It's amazing. It's amazing that them talk about democracy when their candidate was appointed.
Serious
and not
question though.
elected.
Good point.
Serious
Frida said
question.
it's 9/11.
In this country, when we just had a general election, it was like Thea Karma was like the best out of the worst, if you get what I mean. Yeah, people wanted change. It'd been a long time with the Conservatives in. There was one balls up after another. So people are like, oh, we'll just vote for a change. I'm just wondering with American politics, and only you guys can answer this. Does it matter what Trump does at all? Is this they want there to be the first black president woman, and no matter what happens,
Is she
what's
black?
said, it's going
black?
to happen. I just
I'm not
wonder
getting
whether
that.
you're not.
I
getting
don't-
that. That's what I want to
don't
know.
think so.
That's what I want to know.
I'm
No.
not getting that.
The
No, I
black
don't
community
think
is
so.
saying that they don't accept her.
Well, not
Yeah.
all the black community.
Sorry, that's hyperbole.
It's the white middle class that are voting for it.
To me, that's irrelevant. The relevance comes
Right.
in to Hillary. Let's go with a comparison of Hillary Clinton. To me, Hillary Clinton isolated herself from the middle class of voters that would potentially vote for her with a few idiotic comments, and also being a Clinton and being in that New York, that city class, East Coast, West Coast, like she isolated the center of the country. So you come to Kamala. She, her poison is going to be how progressive she is. She's trying to relate to the average person, but she's ending up, in my mind, being too liberal, too far to the left, too progressive, and it might have the same effect that the Hillary elitist coast class, combined with her deplorables comment and her idiotic comment about coal mines, which totally took a bunch of the swing states out of it for her. Those swing states could be the same ones that have issues with Kamala, which are really the only fucking states that matter. My state's voting blue. It's gone. Ain't no question.
Doesn't part of your state vote for red, though?
No, that's Maine, bro.
Oh, Maine. Yeah, Maine does that weird shit.
Can you check your mic?
They got fucking 4 whole votes.
Can you fix your
one went to
cord,
what?
Steve? Your mic cord. I don't know if it's your distance from your mic or your. I feel like you got quieter.
All right, we'll try.
I think her real Achilles heel is that she's apparently a complete lightweight and cannot. She cannot handle anything but the most scripted, canned interview.
I thought you were saying she was an alcoholic.
How would that? What would change your mind on that one?
How about a few solid interviews?
Yeah,
well,
I would like to see.
I'd
like to see her engage with someone who's a skeptic of her position.
Is that a teleprompter?
See, this was my point when I brought up the Elon and Trump thing. I would like to see her sit down for an hour with name anybody who's not a complete, like
Joe
Rogan.
Think
Anderson Cooper would actually, no, Joe Rogan would not be fair for her.
What
Anderson
about Peter?
Cooper would actually ask
he's
her
invited
a few
her.
questions.
He's invited her.
Yeah, that would be.
He invited her. He will
Yeah.
never do an interview with Trump, though. So he invited her.
You know, he said he'd do an interview with Trump. He's changed his mind.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, yeah, he's changed his mind. He's voting Trump, Joe Rogan.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
I'm sure he's voting Trump now.
Drop your
Sure, he's
source.
had a change.
What's that?
What's your source?
Joe Rogan himself.
Yeah. He said it in the past. He said it in the past, but I think he's had a change.
Oh, I can't see it. He will always go independent.
Okay. Here, wife. Everyone's invited her. Who has she said yes to?
Definitely not.
Yeah, that's
Time
not
Magazine.
that's not a good thing then if she's not taking it.
She got the
Even
invitations. What did the responsive play say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes,
not
no?
a good-
Just
not a good
changing the just changing the subject for a second. Do you think? I think the out is really getting ratcheted up in terms of Ukraine has had a massive attack on Moscow. It's hit Moscow with quite a few drones. It'll be very interesting to see what Putin's reply is to that. I think that happened earlier on today.
It seems
Was it
like his
last night?
reply.
It happened yesterday.
Yesterday.
Lee,
Yeah, sorry.
Why
It was
the
a
hell
base.
was
It was a
Lee?
base.
Why the hell was it so hard to find information about it? It was.
I didn't hear about it.
It was there, but it's on the fringes, the peripheries of the news. You know.
I heard nothing.
Yeah.
I heard about it, and it looked significant, but we're not being given enough of it from there.
What do you think? What do you think about Russia welcoming people if they want to keep conservative values into their country? Have you guys seen that?
No.
So basically, they're like waiving certain aspects, like you don't have to speak Russian or understand Russian culture or whatever, but if you want to escape the Western world wokeism and keep conservative values, then you can become you're welcome in Russia to be.
Is abortion a conservative value?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Anti-abortion is a conservative.
Yeah, I'd say pro-life is a
Pro-life.
conservative value.
Yeah. Abortions, not only are they legal in Russia at any point, but the government pays for them.
At most back alleys, right?
Huh? No, you get good services.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just thought it was interesting that to me it sounded like, are they looking for more bodies? Like, what are they? I didn't understand besides the political call out and basically saying, hey, if you are tired of the woke crap, come live over here. But what is attached to that?
Yeah,
if no one's heard that, I'm surprised.
You dreamed it.
No.
The bottom line is we're only hearing one side anyway. We're literally hearing one side. I mean,
Ape is wrong. She hasn't done an interview because she can't. She's too much of a lightweight. She can't.
Dude, don't be one of those Republicans that's just going to make blatant statements. That's almost as bad as
she's been
the
shielded,
ones you
Steve.
despise.
She's completely shielded.
She's afraid to do an interview, even remotely challenging.
She has softball interviews all the time with pre-done questions like Joe. It's just like another version of Joe, but at least with Joe, he was in decline. She hasn't got it.
Did you watch that one?
The last tough interview she had was with Lester Holt on NBC News like 2 years ago, when he asked her about visiting the border. And
that went well. That went well.
He said she tried to say we visited the border, and Lester Holt says you didn't visit the border, and she responded, I didn't go to Europe either, but
boom.
That didn't make any sense.
Why would she do an interview anyway? She's already leading the polls, right?
Maybe.
Why would you
the polls?
Do the
polls
Biden
are risky. She's not leading by that much. It's risky.
You do what Biden did the last election and just not really be anywhere and just.
So
we all want to see it. If there's a near 50% chance of her being our leader for 4 years, don't we want to at least see it?
Yeah, but is anybody here going to change their mind?
Do you believe in the polls again, gentlemen? Do you actually believe in the polls?
No.
Well, what sounds like you. Sounds like a few of the panel members are believing the polls.
The international pub, Steve.
Yeah,
I believe here is better than any poll.
I believe somewhat in the polls in the sense that, like, when they're wildly off, I think there's something to it. When they're in 5% of each other, I don't think they make a shit world of fucking difference, bro.
What were the polls like when Trump won? Was he being reported as being behind?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Massively.
Be careful
No, but
it was supposed to be a landslide for Hillary, wasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, polls are done. National polls are useless. It's state-by-state polls that really matter.
Yeah, and there's like 5 states that really
matter. What would they be? Pennsylvania, Ohio,
Arizona.
Whoa, my vote matters?
No, you misheard.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, dude.
I don't know who said that, but no.
Pennsylvania is a big one, isn't it?
21, I believe. 21 electorates, brother.
I'm an important person.
Arizona.
Arizona.
I'm an elector.
And if you look at the polling in those two states, Steve, I don't know if you want to pull them up.
Smokesteve.
I think you'll find that we'll see 1 or 2 points either way. Well, if for example we're going to leave the polls again, and we're going to say that Kennedy at 5%, and if 50% went over Trump, that would make.
I don't know that. I don't know. There's no guarantee that RFK's 5% goes to Trump.
Okay, but I'm not saying I didn't say the 4%, 5% will. I said if half did.
Yeah.
But I mean, he had a great response at the rally tonight. Kennedy did, honestly.
Can I interrupt? What's going on in the upper right box there? There's some
young love, man.
I'm just trying to get my own polling data from Smokesteve wife about if she's addicted to reading novels.
Apparently, they only have one chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. I'm just telling you, some of us don't appreciate people enjoying themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Last Dance
My bad.
prefers a more miserable crew.
Exactly. I
You're so
demand
happy.
demand that everybody be as miserable as I am.
Right.
Well, I can bring some
Aw.
people in if you really need that.
Oh,
I was
No,
enjoying the
no.
vibe. I was enjoying the vibe though. So.
Wave off, wave off.
All right, abort. Got it.
All right, continue
No,
on.
I was watching.
our old
I was-
dog Riddle was around earlier. I just want to mention. Riddle, you're the man. Jump in if you ever want to. You're always welcome.
I didn't see him.
He was here.
Who was the
Go
other?
for it.
Who was the other guy that was on here
I
last
just
week?
wanted to. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, Bandy,
I don't.
the young
I don't know.
Californian.
Yeah, Bandy was here.
Andy was
Yeah.
here.
Is that chilling intelligence on where the hell the?
Yeah, he was on late. I was getting smashed at that point, dude.
I hope he comes back.
I must
He
have
was
been.
cool. He
If
was cool.
Bandy and Smokesteve didn't leave the trivia, thank you. Couldn't think of the word. Last night, I wouldn't
Yes.
have won. But I just want to say thank you for leaving.
Oh, right. Yeah, no
Thanks for the
problem.
default.
Yeah, we did a music trivia last night. It was really fun.
I guess you weren't really afraid of me when I left, you didn't need to thank me.
Well, thank you for leaving also.
No, please.
Narrowed down the competition.
When we got into the Taylor Swift category, we know you would have started rocking the boat. So.
Oh yeah, it's Taylor. I know everything.
I was going to say I was watching an interview. I hope I've got his name right. I know he's passed away now. A comedian called, is it George Carlin?
Yes.
Yes, there is a.
Do you know? Yeah,
What?
he's a real funny guy. I think he's really funny. But I was watching an interview with him, and he said, and I thought this was really good advice.
Very cheerful
he said,
individual.
when it comes to politics and conspiracy theories and religion and everything else, he said, take my advice. Don't waste your life on any of it. Instead, he said, take a front seat at the circus and just watch all the clowns, and you'll be thoroughly entertained for the rest of your life. I thought, yeah, it's so true, isn't it? Just let them get on with it. And watch the show. Watch the show.
There you go.
Lee, question: did you just find George Carlton?
Carlin. Is it Carlin or Carlton?
Shit, Carlin.
I found him a few years ago, but this was an interview I hadn't seen, so I thought I'll just watch it. So it was towards the end of his life as well. He was quite old when he did that interview.
So he
but
wasn't
his
big in the UK.
He may have been, but I never really came across him. So yeah,
Really?
his funniest sketch for me is the religion one when he's going on about, you might as well believe in the sun god.
I mean, the only thing we had from America was Fresh Prince.
It's hilarious.
And Baywatch.
What?
And Knight Rider. And that's what
You
we
are
had.
welcome.
We had
George?
chips. We had chips.
It's a good export. George Carlin's a
Hawaii-
good export,
Hawaii
that's for sure.
Five-O.
Yeah.
Hawaii
We had
Five-O.
Eddie
We didn't have
Murphy
we didn't
Raw,
have any
if you
comedians.
remember Eddie Murphy Raw.
That's
Come on,
funny.
brother.
I thought he would be world known.
Yeah,
Starsky and Hutch.
Remember,
That was
remember
massive.
Remember that was 40 years ago. So basically, what we had was American shows where the cops never got shot. The sort of programs like Starsky and Hutch, 18,
Yeah.
Chips, Magnum. We had all that.
Oh, Magnum. Now there we
Yeah,
go.
we had all that sort of shit, but that was it. We didn't get like comedians. We had Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
That's
Murphy
because
Raw
Ed-
was
Ed-
funny as hell, dude.
Because we only had Eddie
That was
Murphy.
huge here. Huge.
Yeah, because of the movie, and he's an actor.
Yep. Yo, you
That's the only
remember the
reason we had
skit?
Eddie
This
in it.
is
Otherwise,
going
we
way
didn't.
back. Eddie Murphy Raw, he's at the family barbecue and he's picking out his nieces and nephews that they're like breakfast cereal. And the one that's like a little gay, of course, is Fruit Loops. The one who's a little slower than the rest was Special K.
I remember this.
Shit was so un-PC, but at the time, like, you knew all the breakfast cereals, you're loving it, you're laughing your ass off. It was such a well-designed fucking thing. The guy was
Did you guys get Richard Pryor? How about that?
Yeah, Richard Pryor, yeah.
Okay.
So what was it? Beverly Hills Cop when he was in the back of that juggernaut, and he was hanging off the back, wasn't he had a pair of Adidas Country trainers on.
Yeah,
Green
that
and
was
Green and white.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard were quite big as well, and the A Team. They were massive.
I got three pairs of Adidas Countries.
Did you guys get Dane Cook?
I know.
No,
Dane.
I don't know.
I mean, I got into him for a little bit, but he's not as big as the young guy now, Matt Rife or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, but Dane Cook wasn't funny, so
no, he wasn't. He was from fucking Boston. Piece of shit.
His act was. I liked his first act that I saw, but then his act never changed. So I never. There's no uniqueness.
No, I was going to apologize to them if they did. That's why.
Okay. What about Gaffigan?
Hot pocket.
I can't stand him.
You don't like Gaffigan?
No.
He just makes fun of his fat self for hours. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but he's very dry with his humor, though.
Yeah, you see it.
I watched a special of his, and first 10 minutes I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. 10 minutes later, it's like, all right, I'm already sick of it, and that was it.
Still talking
So
about Hot Pockets.
I got 20 minutes of him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, chaps, do you remember a female detective show called Cagney's Make
Lacey.
Lacey.
Cagney Lacey, that's it. Yeah.
Is it American or British?
It's American.
It's American.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
There's there would
Little
be
youngins
like
here,
comedians though that were big here that you probably wouldn't have. I mean, there's a guy called which there's no way he could be on
Kenny
TV
Everett.
now, but you can still see him on YouTube. Bernard Manning. He was deemed to be quite racist, really. Looking back now, jeez.
Kenny Everett.
So was Don Rickles,
crazy.
but Don Rickles was fucking hilarious, dude. But he was very.
Well, so
Was he
Bernard
racist?
Manning. But it's a different time, wasn't it? It was a different time.
Well, yeah, he was racist, Topple. What?
I don't know. I really don't know his comedy. Is Don
Well-
Rickles? No, I'm thinking the other guy. Who's the one that always... he always pulled his shirt and made jokes about his wife.
Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah.
Do
I
you,
get it.
do you get? Have you
Rickles
seen Alan
was older.
Carr? No, is it Alan Carr? No, who's the guy based who's like really controversial? Say fucking anything. Slim guy.
Oh, I know.
He's on
Carr.
Countdown.
He
What's his name?
challenges
Jimmy
he challenges the crowd. Jimmy Carr. Carr.
Jimmy Carr. Fuck me, he's funny.
yeah,
he's close to the bone. He is.
He told one of the most offensive jokes ever that I've ever heard, and I think that's ever been written.
What?
Yeah.
Are
Jimmy
you
Carr.
able to repeat it?
Yeah,
able
I was
to
about to say,
repeat it?
let me hear it.
What is it?
It mentions Ethiopians, but that's it for people. So can I tell the joke, Last Dance?
Oh.
I think so.
Well, this is a quote from Jimmy Carr when he said,
I've heard this.
he says, let me get it right. He says, if it wasn't for the lack of mosquito nets in Ethiopia, we would have saved thousands of mosquitoes from needlessly dying of AIDS.
That is bad. Yeah. Okay.
I don't see that.
Is that bad? Is that bad, Last Dance?
That
It's
is not the
bad.
worst
It's not
joke.
illegally bad.
It's not the worst joke.
It's pretty
Pretty
good.
fast.
I didn't say it exactly right. I broke it down a little.
Yeah.
That's
Good
one of the
enough, mate.
most
It's good
offensive
enough.
jokes of all time. And you know, let's go to Don Rickles. Let's transition right into Don. When he would say something like, he'd pick out a person in the audience who was different from the rest of the people there by their skin tone. I'm not going to say what specifically that was, but he would say, "Hey, great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Too bad your buddy's at home robbing my apartment." You know, like, is that racist?
Very much.
It's racist. Yeah.
Absolutely
No,
right.
it's called a joke.
And he
Statistically, no, I'm joking.
he would pick on anybody. If there was an Asian person in the audience, he would, start
He didn't
talking
make fun of white people, though, right?
like
Yeah,
pigeon
disabled.
Chinese.
Yeah. Everyone's up for it, isn't it? If they're disabled, if they're
Yeah.
ginger.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
he
doesn't
tore
matter.
apart David Letterman when he was on his show, and Letterman started bumbling his words Rickles is like, yeah, look at this guy. He gets paid $10 million a year. Can't get a word out. He did it to everybody, and that was the way, the old school way, like Archie Bunker. You fuck with everybody, then you're not racist or hateful because you're doing it to everyone, you know? And it, like, that beauty of comedy is gone. You can't really get away. Maybe
It's not. It's not. It's still alive.
No, it's gone.
You have to be black to do it, though.
You gotta be Chappelle.
I'm being real.
So the best comedian in the UK, without a shadow of a doubt, I know you mentioned Jimmy Carr, but he's part of the establishment.
Wow.
And he you know, apart from not paying his tax, which is definitely establishment character.
But is he
anyway.
the funniest? Is he the
No,
funniest?
no. The best is Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais basically
I love the shows.
says, on all occasions now, he doesn't give a fuck. Don't give me the job next year. I don't want it.
Yeah, when he tore down Meryl Streep for
He did
calling
it year after year.
Harvey
He did it for like
Weinstein
4
God.
years. 4 years he roasted him for 4 years.
The best was when he went on about Epstein, and he's. I don't think he mentions him though, does he? Doesn't he? Doesn't he point people out in the crowd and go, "Yeah, I know where you've been."
The Grammys. The Grammys.
He said, "Oh,"
Yeah,
he said,
that was
"Yeah,
it. Yeah.
He
Well,
said,
I thought it
he's
was
your
more-
friend. He's not my friend. He's your friend."
I thought it was more Harvey Weinstein, and at one point, Meryl
was
Streep
it?
calls him God. She says, "Thank you to my God, Harvey Weinstein," and then, you know, fucking that Ricky Gervais was like, you know, having at him a few years later about it, you know. And
There's a photo of Whitney. What's her name? The black.
Houston?
Oprah Winfrey. Sorry, Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Weinstein and Rita Ora is a really quite famous little sister shot. Rita Ora is a British. She's a British citizen, but she's from like Croatia. And there's a photo of the three of them, and it shows Oprah Winfrey smiling, looking at, saying, "Yeah, look at this here." And this is like little girl Rita Ora just looking at her.
So she's guilty?
No, but it just speaks 1,000 words when you look at it just like that. You can make it literally. There's been reports of Oprah Winfrey as well.
I just saw Oprah. She was on that DNC show.
Yeah, that's why that photo came back on Twitter, because she was on the DNC.
Yeah,
I've never seen Ricky Gervais when he wasn't absolutely hilarious.
I love his shows. His comedy is pretty damn good, but I like that dark shit.
Yeah.
He's very talented though, because obviously you might see all his sitcoms and stuff, but he's written loads of sitcoms, either appearing or not.
Based. Have you ever watched Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Isn't that brilliant? I mean, that can bring you like to an emotional point where you think, "Oh my god!" and then the next minute you're laughing. It's just that skill to move your emotions in that way. So
is Derek where he's mentally challenged?
Yeah, it lives like a care home sort of thing.
I've never seen Derek.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's brilliant, Last Dance. Watch it. You'll love it. I promise. You really will.
Put Derek in. Just put Derek, Ricky Gervais in YouTube.
Wife loves it.
You can see the clips. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking. What about? I tell you, one person talking about comedians, kind of on the same level. What we've been talking about, like good comedians, but I don't know how much harm. I don't think it's done him any harm, really. But I think he should have been kicked out that night, which is when
That's a good.
he was the guy that when he slapped Chris Rock. What's his name? The actor.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been removed right there and then. And yet, because you know that's the sort of thing Ricky Gervais would do. He'd take the piss out of your wife or other people. I think the way he reacted was terrible.
Are you kidding? Chris Rock saw money signs when that happened, and guess what? He made a lot of money off that.
Oh, I'm not
I
saying
would
that.
have
I'm just saying I
said-
don't think Will Smith should have done it though. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Of
defend
course
his
not.
wife? Defend his wife? Absolutely.
No,
Oh,
no.
it's a
No,
fucking
no. That's
comedy.
not
He's at a place where everybody's getting taken
So-
the piss out of. Come on.
Hold on. That's not defending your wife, Topple. That's committing violent acts.
Yeah,
Yes, defending your wife.
Words don't hurt, bro.
No.
Words don't hurt.
I don't
Fisting.
agree with you on that one.
Well, open
So what he
hands.
was doing, he was telling a joke, not knowing that Will Smith was going to come up and then assault him. So that's the reality.
Well, Will Smith was laughing during the whole time.
Yes.
Well, he
So
looked
you can't
over
really, you
at that
can't really say Chris John was waiting for the money sign because he didn't know what was going to develop until it developed. And if he made some money out of that, then I'd say fair enough because it wasn't what he planned. He was planned to say some jokes and have a good laugh.
I mean, he did look like a bitch. He should have fucking attacked Will.
No, he
Yeah,
should.
I would have.
Yeah, he should have. He should have
Will
defended
against
himself.
Chris Rock. Chris Rock's not a fighter.
Even if he isn't a fighter, I would have had
Don't matter.
way more respect for him if he attacked him and got beat more than if he just stood there like a fucking loser, dude.
He didn't stand there like a loser either.
I would have defended myself, and I would have handled him just fine, Will Smith.
Yeah.
I'd have at least put him on his back.
I mean,
You know.
Chris Rock, he didn't fall down or anything. He just got slapped and then
Got
stood
smacked
right
in
up
the
like
butt.
nothing happened.
Yeah, and then when Will turned around and started walking back, fucking Will, the little fucking kid, should have jumped on his back and
Well, that
tackled
would
him
be a
down the
cheap
stairs,
shot.
smashed his
And what
fucking
didn't he
face
keep
into the
shouting?
ground.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. What
Yeah,
was
out
it
of your
after the
effing
attack? He
mouth.
kept shouting that.
Reverse naked choke, innit? Jump on his back and do a reverse naked choke on him.
Yeah, Chris Rock handled it like a pussy, but he was not in the wrong.
How was he supposed to handle it? Like, he should have had a fist fight right on
No, I
stage.
know. It's
Yes.
all
Reverse
cheap,
naked.
He
man.
should have tussled him to the ground.
Yes, the first
Chris,
punch
we're
was
talking about
down.
Chris Rock. You know how big Will Smith is?
Yeah, but if
I
you
don't
do a
care.
reverse naked,
I'm
you'll get him.
with Smoke Steve. I wouldn't have just let the guy walk up to me and slap me. I would have at least
Well,
put my hand up to tell him to keep his distance.
It was a right hand with open. All he had to do was step back into the left a little.
but at the same time, you would think it was a joke of him walking up because it's Will Smith.
I mean, yeah, it might. I don't know what he thought.
there was
It
no
just-
words exchanged before the slap.
Will Smith looked angry, so I don't know.
Will Smith
I don't know
is a
what
bitch.
Chris Rock was thinking, that he was coming up to give him a hug or what.
Well,
Fuck
I
Will
mean,
Smith
the end
forever.
result
Fuck
of
Will
it all
Smith.
was, it turns out, Will Smith and his estranged wife, she was fucking Will's son's friend.
Yeah,
Their
What a
son.
stinking
friend.
slag
she's
that
getting
is.
fucking deep dicked by these teen boys, and he's
Yeah.
defending her honor. What a
Yeah.
fucking loser!
That's
Yeah.
called a real love right there.
Exactly. I mean,
What do they call that? A
Well,
cockhole?
that's where Chris
Yeah.
Rock missed
What do they call that?
That's where
You know what they call it.
Chris Rock missed an
Cockhole.
opportunity.
docking.
Chris Rock missed an opportunity there because instead of fucking hitting him back, that's what he should have said. You're slapping the wrong guy. It should be the guy that's fucking your wife. That would have gone
Yeah,
down
but-
brilliantly.
And the
Yeah.
thing was, he didn't even,
Bingo.
he didn't
I think he
mention
was
that.
just shocked.
Even though that news was already out, his wife fucking his son's friend, even though that news was already like available, he didn't even mention anything about that. So, where he could have gone low, he didn't go low, did he? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I think Chris Rock handled it perfectly.
I kind of agree with Smoke Steve and Topple, so I'm useless here.
Fucking independent voter.
No, I mean,
I
if it
don't
was
agree
me, I would have wanted to hit him back, and I don't understand.
I don't agree with violence like that. But at the end of the day, if someone makes contact with me, especially in a violent manner like that, I've got a second, and I'm gonna hit him as quick as I can.
Whip your dick out and beat him with it.
That is literally the first thing.
I
That's
dropped
my
to the
reaction.
ground. I dropped to the ground in a fetal position.
Are you
I do
drinking
not
tonight,
like-
RW?
And you hit yourself,
Yeah, right.
Topple? You just shit everywhere.
Topper, you'd have your gun out. You'd fucking put a bullet in his head.
You had to own a gun to do that.
You own a gun. I've seen it.
No, you haven't.
I have.
That
It
was a
was
while
like
ago.
maybe 2 years ago, a year ago. You put it down on the side. We were talking about guns.
That
That's
wasn't
illegal
me.
in New York.
That was-
You better
It
fix
was
that.
God,
you.
too.
It was you, and you know
Mr.
it. You
God
know
to
it.
you. No,
I've seen
first
your
off,
plan.
you don't bring a gun out on a fight anyway. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, where are we at here?
There
So
was a diamond found recently. I don't know if you guys think that's
Go on,
interesting.
Rihanna. Talk about it.
Well, it was 2,492 carats. Sucker's the size. It looks like a softball. It's from
Was it
Botswana.
a blood diamond?
Whoever smuggled that out and keistered it was probably bloody at the end.
Was it in their jail pocket?
Yeah, I think I'm not. I don't know. The fact we even are seeing it in public, I think someone definitely jail pocketed.
Yeah, you think it got cleaned up a little? Is that what you're saying?
They probably power washed it a little bit before that image there, but I thought that was interesting. Cool big diamond walking around. Elon Musk probably already bought it, but
let me see that thing. Ooh,
It's huge.
What does this mean?
I shot bigger.
You passed some jail paraphernalia that was larger than that.
No, just actual shit.
Oh, you should probably be a doctor.
I've been watching some like gold videos on Facebook.
Like
and it's showing a lot of like the Far Eastern panning, like the flat pan, like the metal sort of flat pan, like a Chinese hat sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going into these.
Sorry.
And I think these videos, I know the fake ones. I've seen the outrageous fake ones where there's just like fucking pebbles of gold everywhere. I've seen those from Russia.
Right.
I'm not about those ones. I'm watching them, and they're not getting like huge gold. They're getting loads. They're literally just filling one pan up, and they're sipping it out. They're doing what they're doing. They get out, and the amount of gold. And I see obviously like gold, like the usual gold stuff you see on Discovery. And when they do test pans, they don't get anywhere near what they're getting here.
Hey man, I got me and the boys some test pans off Amazon sitting in the shed.
Yeah.
Just
I'm waiting for that little tiny speck after 3 days work of gold.
Yeah, I know a guy who panned in Vermont for like about 10 years, and he found enough for a very small engagement ring, which I thought was pretty respectable.
That's a pretty cool use of it.
RW, you need some dynamite. You need to get some dynamite and start blowing shit up and find gold.
He did it in these little rinky-dink streams where you would catch, little panfish, trout type things, and he would be there on the edges, just panning the sand, dude, just finding tiny amounts.
What about the guys that find the old bottles? They're like, they just videotape themselves digging in the side of a creek bed, and then they get like the cool little blue glass bottles and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
Ryan
fun
the
to watch.
Digger, I follow him. He's awesome.
No.
Good follow on Instagram.
I think it's cool. I mean, the guys that go into the random creeks that are just next to Joe Schmo's house, and they have like that water gun sucking tool, and they suck out of the cracks in certain spots and like pan that stuff. It's I mean, what Base is saying, they're definitely not getting anything significant, like Base was talking about, but finding a speck of gold is still cool.
Don't they need to find like a glory hole or something?
I'm not sure that's gold.
Oh, yeah.
Gold diggers do use them.
There's other accompanying
back at base camp.
There's accompanying elements that they're looking for that where gold is likely to be. So they're looking for these other signature elements which would be found in more
low pressure
in abundance. And then
quartz, isn't it? Is it quartz?
Yeah, then they search those areas for the gold,
Yeah.
Are you talking about dry land or?
Usually it's in water. And a lot of times there are these little veins of it, like you were saying.
Yeah,
they'll find
seams. They're called seams as well, aren't they? Seams.
Yeah, they'll fucking blast
Put it into perspective for me though. If you were lucky enough to find a lump of gold, say the size of a golf ball, ball, how much would that? How much is that worth?
Or maybe I know what the price is at the moment, roughly. But
well, a golf ball would be about 4 ounces, so 10 grand.
Yeah.
Really?
I was going to say 10 grand. And the thing is, if you found a gold nugget that big, it would be a specimen.
Yeah.
And the specimen, because it becomes a specimen, it can increase its value by like 200, 300%.
Yeah, triple.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I never knew that. Never knew
Yeah,
that.
Maybe
because
200,000.
obviously if it was
The
weight,
nugget
if it was
value.
weight's one thing, but that's because it's its own structure. It's a specimen.
Gold today is
Ah.
$2,512
There
per
we are.
ounce.
I said 2005.
So it's spot on almost for 10 grand. Good
I'll be
job.
right back.
Well, I watch these videos. There's a great channel. They come out with a good one once a week about metals. And just a few weeks ago, silver was way down, and now it's climbing back up. And now this silver battery technology, just for us here, like, if you're gonna stack, you might want to start thinking about stacking silver because it's under 30 still. But like, I'm kicking myself because 2 weeks ago I was like, it's at 27. Nah, fuck it, I'm not gonna. And then now it's up at 29 or something. I don't know exactly.
You probably have to buy a pretty fat stack at once to make it worthwhile.
Well, what it is you got to have you got to have 10 grand of kick around money.
Right? Yeah, I'm not in that category. I'd get like one coin because it has Trump like holding up the fight fist on it or something. No.
Yeah, that coin's useless. I think I think coins, unless they're historical, are useless. That's a modern coin. Modern coins have zero value. Just go for.
I just show all my friends that coin though. Even if it's worth $0 after I buy it, they're like, "Look what I have."
Well, I got a $0 way for you to do it. If you want, just score a bunch of quarters, however you can. Search for them. Everyone that's minted before 1965 is 90% silver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deface the shit out of that money.
Yep.
What are coins?
They're like credit cards, but smaller and made out of metal.
So I watch a laundrette show where they obviously get loads of quarters in and stuff, and he looks out for them, he can spot them in like, he can literally just sort of spot them because there is slight tells, and when you got your eyes in it.
Yeah, they look
white. Coins are cool. And Topple's funny because he acts like he didn't spend $3,000 in quarters at the arcade when he was younger.
I didn't go to the arcade.
Are you kidding me?
There was no arcade around me when I was a kid.
Wow, I miss arcades,
Just guns.
I love arcades.
Not that far off.
Yeah.
We shot at each other. We only had lead.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Right. No silver. No werewolves. So you didn't.
There's copper. There's copper.
I'll be back in a bit, guys. I've got to go and find the charger. I didn't realise I'm nearly out. See you in a minute.
Hey,
Bye.
don't be a stranger.
What were your favorite pretend toy guns when you guys were a kid? Was there any like disc shooters or anything back then, like the cap guns or
what are fake guns?
You know, you didn't have any type of pretend gun.
Come on,
the coolest thing I had.
Come on, Topple, come on.
No, I grew up different than most.
I've seen your guns.
No, I don't have guns, but toy guns we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about low damage projectile weapons.
I thought I was the coolest kid on the block because one birthday, my uncle got me a Super Soaker.
Oh.
And it was one of those backpack ones, and I thought it was the coolest kid in the world.
When everyone else is reloading, you're just like trolling them, like.
Yes.
Dude, those guns actually hurt back in the day. They got.
Oh yeah, they did. But we also mess with BB guns too, so. But they're not toys.
Have you seen any water guns that are worth their weight in the last 15, 20
years? This generation? Yes, absolutely. They're expensive, but they're pretty cool.
I've never seen them. Are they like lithium pack powered or something, or like what?
It's the stuff you buy online. It's not even the stuff that you can buy at Walmart and shit.
Well, yeah,
or Toys R Us.
Like Laser X. They don't even really have water guns.
Yeah.
You got water sticks.
Well, I tell you what I used to like is the 3-man sling water balloons. You seen those?
There you go.
Yeah.
They're good.
Those hurt too, depending on which direction you're shooting them.
Well, I tell you what, they're very accurate. They're very accurate. They're really accurate. You can literally get within 12 foot of where you're aiming most times. If you
what are they going, like 115 miles an hour?
well. They go a good distance as well. You need two people, obviously tall. They stand up, and then this you in the middle, give it the big stretch.
Right. We're still talking about water balloons, right?
But RW, I know where you're from. You had to do potato guns, right?
We, no, we were too far north. We had tennis balls.
What's that?
A tennis ball, but you
did it.
PVC
Okay, tennis balls.
Yeah, I tried to make one. It was never successful.
I was about to say, what size pipe do you use for that?
Yeah, whatever PVC was close to that.
Inch and a half?
No, it's got to be bigger than that, right? It's got to be like
tennis ball. You got 2 inches too big.
I don't know. Like I said, I was never successful.
You're all about a spud gun, but when you mentioned that, I was thinking about the modern thing where they use like potatoes and like a spray can and downpipes because they use shit like that, don't they?
That's what it
and when
is.
they hit a wall, the potato completely disintegrates, doesn't it? It fucking just
no, definitely, bro. You don't on the receiving end of the spud.
Yeah, we made one in college. I was friends with an engineering student. He kind of
there you go
overtook the building
practically
of it. And,
was it really built well, or one of those? Okay.
PVC
like
2-inch. It had the thing at the back, which like flared it up to 2.5. And then there
Don't get too descriptive on YouTube.
Then there was a cap on the back of that, and I don't know how he did the fuse, but there was a lighter and hairspray involved.
Yep.
And from one building that was brick to another that was like at least 100 feet across, this thing went across like on a flat plane going 100 miles an hour and
popped the brick out the other side.
Disintegrated on the bricks.
Yes.
I was like, holy shit, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But the back pressure that it was building inside this PVC was scary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
you definitely got to use 80 schedule, so.
You have to make sure you're not wearing LA looks at the time because it may catch fire.
But the guy was an engineer, though, right? So you were good. We were
using Schedule 40 white for drainage only, low pressure, of course, not the dark stuff, not Schedule 80 or CPVC, and it fucking survived. But we could have definitely been blown up. Who knows? It was super dangerous.
You know the firecrackers back in the day? I don't know if they were in your area. They're little green plastic balls with 2 caps, but you could pop them, and in the middle was like a red bag, and inside that was little tiny circles that would pop and crack. Well, if you took them a whole bunch of those apart and reworked them into another unit, they were loud. They were very loud.
Huh.
Why you guys just didn't get quarter sticks or any of that?
Not nowhere near, dude. When I was growing up, getting a sparkler was hard. Maryland was terrible for fireworks.
I thought you were Virginia.
I'm down in North Carolina now, but even here they go to South Carolina or Pennsylvania. I forget where, but not here.
Oh, Pennsylvania, they could sell stuff, but if you have a Pennsylvania ID, you can't buy it.
Right.
You gotta love that shit.
Love the loophole, man.
Yep.
So in America, right, do you have these things called party streamers? So basically, they're like a plastic thing with a piece of string. And you pull it, and loads of like paper comes out, like little paper.
Yeah, it's the thing that grandmothers and moms love at parties because it's confetti all over the house.
So just hear me out now. So I don't recommend you do any of this. Obviously, I live in Britain now, so I've got to be careful what I say. so whatever you do, do not take out the paper. Take the card out carefully. Take out the paper carefully. Fill it up with tomato sauce or another compliment, right? And then put the cap back on, and then stick it to a person's table you don't really like. And obviously, do that a couple of times. And just drop them onto a table somebody you don't like.
You'd only have a time span for that, right? Because the ketchup would eat through the housing.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's plastic, isn't it? The rest of it's plastic. It's only the cap.
Oh, I've only seen the paper stuff. I haven't seen I guess.
So the thing's sort of plastic, the tube bit is, and it's just the end, there's the paper bit. But yeah, it does work, because obviously
So then what, they pick them up and then they playfully shoot them at each other for fun, and then they get blasted?
They get blasted.
Tomato sauce in your face, bitch.
Yeah, it's a bit of like a Trojan horse. Like, here you go. It's just this. It's totally
Trojan
fun and
horseradish.
innocent. Happy party day.
Or
As I leave with my COVID mask and sunglasses on and hat
Sorry about
pulled
your
down low.
$500 dress.
you ever put hot sauce in a water gun?
No.
That's pretty fun.
No, I prefer battery acid.
No, but I had some kids when I was like a senior in high school. You know, I was like a fighter and shit. And like, I had some kids spray me with a water gun, like as I was like riding a mountain bike. I put the bike down and I told them to stop their car. I was like, let's go. Let's fucking go. I'll take you all along.
They were shooting you with a water gun outside a drive-by water
From
gun?
their car, yeah. And they all
Better
got
than a
out of the
paintball gun, I
car and
guess.
shit. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
let's
it.
fucking go, dude. And I'm starting to do my bouncing around thing, get my timing. I'm not lying to you.
Why didn't you
Three
just pull the
guys.
glizzy out and just point it at them?
3 guys got back in the car and fucking drove off, dude, because they were like thinking probably at least one of us gonna get knocked the fuck out. And I would have at least.
And they'd
got
have to
one
leave him
guy.
behind because they're too punky to pick him up and take him.
It was like that was the thing back in the day. Kids would go around like as they were graduating high school and like squirt people with water guns. I was not having that.
That moved into paintball territory, and I think that's now moved into gel blaster territory.
Yeah. Back then, I went to private Catholic schools, so they didn't know me. I wasn't in their high school. They probably thought like I was down and shit, but I was not. I was like, man, fuck.
They fucked around and found out.
I'll kill you.
FAFO.
Right.
Yeah, he's looking at us funny, and we're not used to this. Normally, they just give us the finger and we drive away. Yeah, there's a guy every day growing up on the way to work, for like 3 years. There's a boxer that would box on 108 in Maryland. He would box backwards. He'd throw punches and he'd run. He'd jog backwards all the way up the hill every single morning for like 3 or 5 years. Can't remember how long. That's dedication, dude. No one messed with him.
I got homeless people in the city that do that just all day.
Oh yeah,
just box in the air all day and screaming.
Maybe he was homeless, and I just misread that whole thing.
That's what I was guessing.
Now,
well, that
Topple,
really
like,
ruined that memory.
You said Philly, right? So like I've seen these videos on like YouTube and shit. It does look like
whatever you see is true.
Yeah,
Have you seen these
Flocka
places?
Street?
Yeah,
What's that?
one of the channels is called Kensington Walks.
Yes, K&A.
It's crazy.
Kensington and Allegheny.
Have you
It's
seen it with
crazy.
your own eyes?
Yes.
That's an epidemic, dude. That's how
You-
is that not being?
You got to understand, I'm numb to that shit now. I see it. It's just something I always seen. So I grew up as a kid seeing that. So, well, not as bad as now.
I was gonna
Where
say,
those,
come on,
where those people are slumped over, leaning and shit, and fucking dazed out.
asphalt, bro.
Are there people in the buildings up above paying like high dollar for?
No,
rent,
no,
right?
no. It's not high dollar. K&A is not a high dollar area.
So that's exclusively a shithole. Because there are places in Boston where there are homeless dirtbags down yonder, and then like the rich folks way up above.
no,
and
we
it's
don't.
like this-
No, it's not rich.
and-
They're not
Well,
rich.
that overlaps here, and it does in a city called Quincy, which is south of Boston, where there's literally these high rises, and then there's people passed out like half naked and pants up falling down,
Nice.
and these people pull out of their parking garage and just like drive away as quickly as possible so they don't have to see. the
That's-
fucking-
Do their garage doors shut real quickly there?
It's so crazy because you go in so-called first world countries like the UK and America. And we
We're
have
a second world country.
We have a terrible problem when it comes to people that are homeless,
It's
disconnected
crazy,
with society, and they don't see a future in it. It's just a cycle of just destruction, really.
How
of
does
themselves.
UK handle homelessness? Is it
It's
a,
very
Billy
similar
Club.
to America, I would suggest. I wouldn't say
they don't
there's
give a
much
fuck about
difference.
them?
But basically, so currently, obviously we house migrants in 4-star hotels, even
I was waiting for it.
castles.
Yeah,
I'm
I
waiting
know.
for it.
Yeah, but
I
the
agree.
problem- the problem is, so my friend is currently being arrested and on bail. He filmed 4-star hotel in Town City of Hull, and while outside there was a veteran outside, and it's like, oh yeah, and he's got it on video, and the veteran's abandoned by the state, and the state would like, and they lay everything on.
In a communist country now.
Seems like it. I mean, yeah, it's
Angela Rayner, she just announced it was their policy for manifesto that they would prioritise houses for British people that have obviously paid into the system all their life.
Arrest her.
And now she's gone back on that straight away. And another thing that was in the policy, this has just come out now, was they weren't going to allow terrorists, convicted terrorists, to have social housing. They weren't going to allow it. And guess what? They reversed that as well.
What about Denver, Colorado? Just came up with the idea to. They had a 3-tier program for exploration only, a study, if you will. They had homeless, destitute people that they put into 3 classes. They gave one group $1,000, one other group like $500, and then the last group like a couple $100. And then they were going to do this month-long study on it, and this was like multiple hundreds of people. And why would the taxpayers be like, oh yeah, cool, go ahead, just give my money away to the homeless people, that sounds great, we can get some data on my income, like that's okay? I mean, what the fuck, man? And they did get data, and it was not really substantial, and they gave away millions of dollars.
Johnny Walker stock went way up in that area.
Right.
Yeah,
It goes back to the reparations skit from Dave Chappelle. Has anyone ever seen that?
No.
Yes.
Toppled. That shit was funny as hell. Fucking people at the liquor store.
The stock market of spinning rims have gone up.
Right. Dude's got a fucking whole box truck full of like Newports and Cools.
But on a slightly serious note on the subject, I think it's disgusting. It's disgusting that these so-called first world countries, including myself, there should be like a nationwide sort of proper multi-prong approach to deal with this problem.
Well, but so hold on, Welsh. Has anything changed since you guys started lighting dumpster fires a couple weeks ago?
Well, of course.
3 weeks ago now. What's different? Has anything? We the people.
A rapist has been convicted of rape on 2 separate occasions with small people. Has not been given prison, but someone who posted a Facebook post, even though they believed that what they were posting was correct, they've been sentenced to 20 months. That's exactly.
So nothing's happened for the better. You're saying that they've doubled down and now it's worse?
Oh yeah, it's like it's much worse.
There's nothing you can think of at all that benefited from the people standing up against it. It was just get back in place.
Well,
but basically, it was all. I condemn what was done, especially because they went after the wrong people. They went after the people that basically have taken the opportunity that we've been offering. So yeah, there was no direction. There was just scroats running around the streets.
Well, I want to get banned and arrested, or like a warrant out for me in the UK. So I need to know what. It seems like you don't have to say much. I want to piss them off. I directed some things like Sig Semper Tyrannis at some police stations, but I didn't get any responses. Maybe they know I'm American.
You just go over there and do a pub over there, and they'll knock on your door.
No. We got to
do a proper pub.
The comfort of the shield of
America?
stars and bars, brother.
Use it while you got it, buddy. That's all I can tell you.
So Elon Musk. So our Prime Minister Keir Starmer has basically insinuated that basically Elon might have an arrest warrant for him if he comes to the UK, which is outrageous.
Bullshit.
What did
Bullshit.
Elon Musk say?
Well, because they were describing his speech as like some sort of hate speech and promoting hate speech. And
Man, he'll throw a briefcase full of money and knock the lawyer right out.
Who gets to determine what hate speech is over there?
Exactly.
Like,
You know,
there's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
Top, I was going to bring that example earlier on when you took offence to a joke or when you said that joke was racist.
I thought when people hurt my feelings that's hate speech.
Oh,
yeah, it's hate speech. Same thing.
Your country's just fucked, and that's what I'm scared about. And a lot of people will disagree with me, but we keep one party seems to be that way to me.
Yeah.
Which party is it, Topple?
The Libertarian. No, I'm joking.
We hate speech too.
Yeah, I'm not clicking on that link, dude. No thanks.
What?
Yeah, so let me.
It's about the glory hole.
Yeah,
let me get this straight.
I'm gonna hard pass on that one.
You're saying hate speech, cancel culture is coming predominantly from the Democrats?
No. I didn't say cancel. I'm not saying cancel culture. No, because the Republicans can't do the cancel culture.
They took out Dr. Seuss. That was the Republicans.
No. What happened with Bud Light?
Lesser people.
What happened to Bud Light?
Well, that was a fight back. That was a fight back. That was literally. It was a movement. It was a movement that stepped up and actually.
That was grassroots for sure.
Yeah, that was like a viral thing that went. Like, it's not normal practice for people on the right side of politics to cancel things out. It's not.
I'm not saying cancel culture, the woke culture. I'm talking about censorship. I see one side more predominant on doing so.
Right. And getting in trouble for it for doing it on social platforms.
Well,
all right. Good night, Mr. E. Thank you for keeping us entertained in the chat.
Later, buddy. Sorry I didn't get to feature more
Beat
of
that
your
meat
comments.
and go to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm too busy
even
over
in
here.
our hate. Sorry.
Too busy over here getting intoxicated and very high, Mr. E. So sorry I
full-time
missed
job.
some of your comments. I'm hosting a show here, man. But you've been great. Hey, please come back, Mr. E. Love you, buddy. Sleep well and go swimming with bow-legged women.
Even our social media hate speech act thing actually says that the person how's it? Basically, I can't remember how it's. Basically, though, if the person believes that the statement they're making is correct and true, then they can't be guilty of said offence. So, once again, there's been many examples in the UK in the last month where people have said stuff, and in this circumstance, I believe that the person believed what they said was correct and true. Turns out it was not.
Well, is it a subjective point, or is it a?
Well, this is it.
What are the facts that you're talking? What's the subjective aspect here that?
Well, they named the person as this Ali something. It turns out that was incorrect. No.
Abby Normal. You got me an Abby Normal brain. Sorry. Obscure movie quote. Go ahead.
So basically, what the person said was obviously factually incorrect, and this person was then sentenced. Now, in the same period, someone also tweeted that from a far left organisation in the UK, they said that a Muslim sister had been acid attacked by some white guys. Well, that tweet was completely fake, like the whole thing. But that person wasn't arrested or sentenced to anything or questioned or anything. The case that they sentenced this woman for prison for.
How long?
She got 12 weeks, I believe.
Jeez.
Right?
What did she plead guilty? I mean, did a jury convict her?
Yeah. They're all pleading guilty because what's happening is, I believe what's happening is they're getting duty solicitors, which are like bottom drawer solicitors.
Yeah.
And basically they're just advising them very poorly, right? By saying, and the thing is, they're pleading guilty to crimes. Someone's been convicted for posting anti-establishment rhetoric. I'll get it up now. I'll get the story up. Anti-establishment rhetoric. That's what they describe it as.
No. Usually that rhetoric would be followed anti-Semitic, anti-this, that, racist, sexist.
I'll find it now.
To fight against the establishment is a long tradition of the counterculture of rock and roll, of youth, college. There's nothing wrong with fighting the establishment. That's
Fight the power.
Yeah,
Fight the powers that be.
It's an absolutely asinine concept. If you want to denigrate a class, a race, like I said, a religion, that's a different thing. But fighting the powers should not be the same as what I just mentioned. Fuck the power that be.
Any man should be able to say what he believes. I mean, what does that really hurt someone else?
Right.
Okay.
This goes back to the amendment that allows Americans to carry firearms. This is why we can speak out against the powers that be.
Okay, Steve, let me just read this out. An anti-establishment rhetoric is now far-right offence. So it says here.
Wait, why is it
solitary tale of our times? An Englishman who the judge condemned as a keyboard warrior.
Hold on, what is a far-right offense? Wouldn't an offense just be breaking the law?
Yeah, let me just read it honestly, mate. It gets worse. So, the judge who condemned as a keyboard warrior has been jailed for 3 years for posts he made on X during the UK riots. When Wayne O'Rourke from Lincoln first appeared in court, the BBC reported prosecution alleged that his posts contain anti-Muslim and anti-establishment rhetoric. Yes, you read that correctly.
So he's showing,
and that's illegal.
Yeah. So yes, you've been sentenced for 3 years. Yes, you read that correctly. Police arrested O'Rourke because they decided his online words were not only anti-Muslim but anti-establishment. Amidst the soul-searching chatter of the consequences of the towns. Of course, Mr. 35 was eventually convicted of writing that Starmer was basically said to be against them. Hold the line, because using anti-establishment rhetoric is not formally a crime. He was convicted instead of publishing written material likely to stir up racial hate after falsely claiming that 3 of the young girls were by a Muslim. Nevertheless, the state.
What my question would be about that is he concerned with the Muslim thing or the other thing?
Well, I believe the judge makes a quote later on, and he says, basically, it's anti-establishment rhetoric. That's what I just put in. I put anti-establishment rhetoric, far right, and it comes straight up those stories.
Does the judges still wear wigs over there?
Yeah.
I would laugh my ass at them the whole time. I couldn't keep a straight face.
Those wigs are pretty hilarious, man. I can't. you got like an old dead rat on your head, bro. Don't dish out any justice.
So there's a chap here from a gay couple imprisoned for dancing and gesticulating in front of the riot police in Hartlepool. It's a gay couple now. To a 51-year-old man jailed for violent disorder for making a nuisance of himself.
What were they doing? Shaking their butts and like their wangs and their doing.
Is there really a law against making a nuisance of yourself?
Yeah, so he got done for violence disorder, but the judge has quoted his quotations, making a nuisance of himself.
You know, the Soviet
Topple,
Union
what do you think
used
about
to
these
have a
gay
law.
guys?
They used to arrest people for something called hooliganism. And anybody could be arrested for it. You didn't have to do anything. You just had to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you'd be thrown into the jail and charged with hooliganism. This sounds
Are
like
you
that
talking
kind
about
of a law.
disorderly conduct now?
Hooliganism, I love it.
It's kind of like disorderly conduct, but it's much, much broader.
Generally at a soccer game, most often with rowdy, drunk people involved.
So it says here they range from a child charged with riot in Sunderland to drunk pensioners jailed for shouting, "Who the fuck is Alan?" and chanting, "You're not English anymore" at the police near Downing Street, Whitehall. Pensioner from a woman locked up for pushing a wheelie bin towards police before falling on her own face.
That sounds like assault to me.
Yeah,
that sounds like assault to me. Pushing a wheelie bin, which is a big fucking giant hopper on wheels, is assault. I can't. I would never push that towards police.
They're just saying the offences range from, that to this.
It's assault on a peace officer.
What's the most minor offense?
Well, shouting. What was it about shouting about Allah?
Well, making a nuisance of himself. He got done for violent disorder, so he was quoted.
Sort of disturbing the peace.
By dancing in front of the police?
Well, I think he might have, like, when they told him to move, I suppose making a nuisance of himself would be, because there was one case, they all get blurred into one, but there was one case where the guy said, he didn't throw anything, he didn't swear at us, he just didn't obey our command by moving.
Huh.
So he's then convicted of, you're like, wow, just for being civilly disobedient, you're now guilty of a crime.
Was this all going on prior to COVID?
What?
Was this all happening prior to COVID? Like the laws with saying stuff online and shit?
It's been creeping for before.
I guess
COVID,
the police dog brought charges.
Well, someone's been assaulted. Let me find that one out. You mentioned police dog.
English Bottle Cap put it out there.
Yeah, it did. A police dog was assaulted, and
no, man was shouting at a police dog.
That's right. That's the assault. It was so pathetic. Yeah, well played. Yeah, I bet this police dog.
Well, dogs' ears are sensitive, so.
Lame dogs.
So
leave them fucking dogs alone.
So grandfather who joined far-right riot while out on a shopping trip jailed. So this is the story, right? You get it now.
What did wife miss? A lot, wife. And neighbor. When I went out and took a piss in the driveway, I could hear the masshole accent spouting from the front of the house. I was like,
did you hear giggling?
No.
And someone saying, "Wow, it's so small."
Wife was just locked down by neighbor. It's hilarious. Sorry, but I gotta go make another drink, and I shall return. Last dance will be captain of the ship.
All right, ban him.
So a father of three who shouted at a police dog and used racist slurs for 20 months for violent disorder.
Maybe he'll be corrected in that period of time.
So he was shouting at a police dog.
What kind of fucking lame ass dog can't handle that?
Why didn't the dog bite his face off?
Right.
On a slight side note, I don't know if you guys have watched the movie They Live, but the projection for when they would have total domination of the world was 2025. So I just want you to know that based on They Live's prediction, we only have so much time left, and I think you guys should get all that stuff off your bucket list as soon as you can.
Well, They Live also the movie where Rowdy Roddy Piper tries to convince his friend to put on a pair of glasses, and they get
And they
into
beat
one
the
of the
shit out of each
most
other.
ridiculous fist
Terrible.
fights in the history of mankind.
And it doesn't end. It just keeps
Clocking
going.
each other across a parking lot because he won't put a pair of fucking shades on.
Yeah, he
It's
didn't want to be.
hilarious.
He didn't want to be held
Then he
down
puts
by
them
the man.
on, and then he sees the fucking aliens at the last
Right,
second.
Right, but he didn't want that white man to hold one over him. He almost fought him to the death for that.
I mean, what a great movie, and people to this day still take it on as some conspiracy shit, dude.
Yeah, no, totally not any truth whatsoever in that movie.
None. But a well done foray. I shall return.
All right. We're taking votes. Are we voting if he's coming back?
I think he will.
Okay.
He's leaving the video on, so it has to.
Okay. I mean, that's not always. That's not 100%.
That's true.
So this is the BBC now. Meanwhile, Rufa Alfie Arrowsmith, 28, was sentenced to 16 months imprisonment for his role in unrest in Whitehall, central London. He pleaded guilty to the charge of violent disorder after being filmed repeatedly confronting police and shouting, "Come on then, let's have it." 16 months.
Man,
Yeah,
that
the
seems
UK
really
is
harsh.
completely fucked. The UK is really fucked. Oh, I can't say much because US is kind of pretty bad too.
I suppose that is talk, that is fighting talk, and but you know, a lot of people talk shit, don't they?
I do all the time.
I'm too scared too.
I think he's talking shit right now.
I think you're just talking shit.
Mostly.
Okay.
All right.
You want to go?
Yeah.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, though.
Oh, what were we talking about?
Bedroom talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not really good going against your views, right?
No, not one bit.
Someone help the conversation.
Well, no, you were too scared to open my glory hole link that I sent you.
I opened it.
I'm too old for clicking on links like that, dude.
Did you click on the docking link?
Absolutely not. If I see, I just look at.
I don't blame that one.
Who posted it and it says top 215, and I'm just like, pass.
I looked at the link as defined on Urban Dictionary, and I'm scarred.
I forget what movie that's from. I think that's from Clerks. Oh.
Whoa. Has anyone actually read a tabloid in the last 20 years?
No.
What's a tabloid?
Oh, those
like a
awesome
newspaper?
magazines at the end. Yeah, the special newspapers at the checkout grocery stores. Like
the ones that always had aliens on the shit.
Aliens or Oprah.
National Enquirer.
No, I never.
The Sun.
I guess the closest thing I came to was the Onion. Is that a tabloid or is that just a?
No, that's satirical news. Like
It's all
Babylon.
satire.
I like the Onion.
Although Babylon Bee is, I don't really consider them to be much satire anymore. They're almost like just very right wing news.
And sometimes they do get it correct after time.
I actually just use them for their memes lately.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say. I had a brain fart.
Right. I smelt it from here.
I was going to go into a topic that no one wants to go into here.
There's I'll share something with you guys. I already shared it with Dance. This is very kosher, extremely kosher. Almost it's practically Jewish. So this is a fence. It's a privacy fence that's actually a solar system, or not a solar system, a wind turbine.
Wow, a wind turbine.
It spins the whole fence, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. So much surface area. I don't know if it still kills birds. Like they might get grinded to a pulp when they fly through it. But
it looks like it could work at the border.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Especially if it ground people as they went through it. But that's
exactly.
No, but honestly, that's brilliant to have like an energy absorption privacy fence. That'd be awesome. I don't know. It just seems like it would pump out as long as the wind's blowing, or someone's had a lot of beans at barbecue.
Well, you have a lot of turbines around your area.
Yeah, if
No.
it's windy,
We have solar panels,
All solar.
and it just looks so bad. It just looks so ugly.
What, on roofs of houses or
No, like they clear fields, like they take old cow fields and just put in thousands of these things.
Yeah, but I don't think winds things are very efficient.
they're not very efficient?
Yeah, they're not very efficient.
I don't know. I know solar is, but I'm not sure about wind turbines.
That's why solar's obviously so much more common. I've heard of people trying to put like their own like sort of wind turbines on top of their house, like smallish ones. And they say they just
in the Big Island, there's a guy that had one on a post that was big enough that it looked like it was powering his small house.
Yeah,
always spinning.
I'd do some research on how good they are, mind you. I would try, I
mean, it's all payoff. If it actually works for you, awesome. But
yeah, but if it costs a fortune, where 3 panels would provide more.
Well, if you go to South Point, in the Big Island, there's on the walk towards South Point, there's all these massive column towers where they're abandoned wind turbines. They just forsake them, whatever the past tense of that. They have been forsaken. Forsook.
Yeah, that's the magic word, abandoned.
Right. That's a lot of wasted material. Just forsook. Thank you, Dance.
I love when they fail, though. They're fun to watch.
Oh man, did you see? What's his name's tornado video? There was one he took. I think it was in Iowa, and there's this huge tornado with multiple funnels, and it's tearing through a field with, windmills, and it doesn't directly hit a windmill, but those things just start ripping apart and falling over. It's just an amazing shot, amazing video.
Wait. So you're saying the downfall of windmills or turbines is when they get hit by strong winds and fall apart?
Well, those winds are too strong, but I say it just made for an amazing video to see these gigantic things just falling down like trees that have been cut down by a power saw.
I don't think people appreciate how big those blades are.
Oh, those things are huge.
Yeah, they kill loads of birds.
They kill a lot of American eagles. Last Dance doesn't stand for this.
There's no such species. Anyways,
there's no
bald eagle.
There's no species American eagle. Unless there's a clothing brand.
It's the T-shirts. It keeps spreading T-shirts.
But a couple months ago, one of the turbines off of Nantucket broke apart, and it fucking shredded.
Nantucket.
And these things were like 2 football fields long each turbine.
They're not recyclable either. The blades ain't recyclable.
Yeah.
What do you mean the blades aren't recyclable?
There's a big thing goes on Twitter quite often. They see them burying them, like from like the space station. They're taking photos of these things.
Are they harmful to be put in the ocean?
Well, they're not. They bury them in. There's literally hundreds of them, like in the mass grave, like the genocide grave of propellers. They're just not recyclable. The easiest thing to do is just bury them. And that's what they do.
I gotta look at what they're made of.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's recyclable on these things.
I mean, everything's recyclable, right? It's just a matter of the transport to the facility, and then.
Oh, you could cut it in pieces by then because it's not a usable part.
Yeah, but you're still transporting it, and I guess people weigh out if it's going to cost us $100 to transport it, and we're getting $5 out of it, let's just leave it there to rot.
Well, most plastic recycling is a complete sham right now.
Why is that?
Because nobody's taking it. China stopped. The U.S. isn't really doing it.
Let's start doing it, man. Instead of drill, let's recycle.
A lot of the plastic, 95% of it gets put into landfills. the small amount of it, like the real flexible plastic water bottles, will get recycled if they
No,
get
let's
pulled
melt it
out.
into cubes like big Legos and then give it to homeless people and they can build houses in San Francisco streets.
Possible, but one thing that
Was
does
this
get
Minecraft?
recycled is the big
Homeless
cardboard.
craft.
Like good cardboard will get recycled.
I used
So
to burn it.
recycling's a big scam.
Part of it, the
I-
plastic is, yeah.
I tell you what pisses me off is when you get these people, and they all try and be green, and they make up like this company that makes glasses out of recycled plastic, like
Oh, it
sunglasses.
sounds like a cross-eyed experience.
And you're just being virtuous, really, because it doesn't matter how many fucking things you make. It's not going to make any difference. And you charge like a shed load for your glasses. So it's just a lot of bollocks.
Well, plastic for like everyday totes and storage containers, that's the type of shit they should be making. Nothing should be contacting food or beverage. That should never be recycled because there's no way to make sure it's perfectly clean, in my opinion.
Why? I mean, there's some pretty cool techniques out there where they use water to separate. They grind it all and then put it through a water filtration system, and it separates it out by weight and stuff, and then they get the different pellets and the different vats and wherever. I mean, it seems like the technology is doable. Of all the money we're spending in taxes, I feel like we could innovate something.
Yeah, but you don't want the government paying for that.
Well,
I don't want the government
taxes-
paying for that.
No, taxes
RW.
don't have anything to do with recycling. Taxes
Civil
have to do
services?
with running your everyday, government life and all of that, like Army, Navy.
Local
whatever.
tax. You're talking about federal taxes. Local taxes do.
So let me just jump in. So Kennedy gave a speech tonight, and Trump also gave a speech, and they both talked about foods, additives, plastics in foods. They talked about a whole range of things, including even medical things with kids, the vaccines and stuff. So yeah, Kennedy might have something to do with the government, to do with tackling the food obesity problem and things concerning food. They mentioned all those things I just mentioned then, and more. So
That'd be cool if they started to help American citizens to have knowledge of nutrition, and
yeah,
they also got to bring the prices of food down.
We just need a new Richard Simmons.
That's gay, dude.
He wasn't gay.
Whatever.
Hopefully your speech later on, and he talks about all that, and Trump does as well.
Well, we'll have to get rid of a lot of McDonald's, a lot of fast food places.
They're getting rid of themselves with the pricing, dude.
They suck.
Did you guys ever have Raising Cane's chicken?
Never heard of
My
it.
nephew fucking drove into Boston when he barely even had a license to get a fucking Raising Cane's meal. It was hilarious.
My son actually, there's one like 30 minutes away. He went out today to get some. I'm like, get me some. I heard it's great. Very base. Nah.
So that's a northern.
No, that's a southern.
No, we got one in Maryland. Near my house. I should.
What did you
get my
have?
girlfriend over and have her take
What's up?
What food is it?
It's just chicken tenders. That's all it is. Chicken tenders.
You got the basic chicken tenders.
Is there anything else? Because I heard it's just chicken tenders.
They have a hot version, probably.
Oh, I don't know. My son,
What,
he
sauce?
knows. He just got me he's like, you can get a sandwich, but it's chicken tenders on bread. So I'm like, all right.
Was it still hot when you had it, or was it cold?
It was a little cool, but still, this season wasn't right. Like, I was expecting, from what I've heard, something super great.
Huh.
Kind of like the In-N-Out burger that I had when I went down south. It wasn't that super great.
I thought that was a Western chain. I thought it was a Cali thing.
It is, but it's also migrating towards Texas and all.
Okay, so inflation, they say, is gone up 21%. So can you just give me...
Not 21%. That's way too high.
the Democrats said it's gone up 21%. So
down 21. Okay, yeah.
no, it's gone up 21%.
The Democrats said it's going
right
up.
now.
Now, right now, inflation
Well, no,
is
no,
around
sorry,
11%. 11% in the United States. That's the number.
I don't think the Democrats said it yet. The figures show that I think 21%. But so if you say that, and you'll know what milk was in 2020. What was milk in 2020?
No idea. No idea. I don't even remember.
I had money.
I don't even know what milk is now.
Well,
You don't-
from my studies,
I have it
in
out
the
very
market, it's up 11 to 12%.
Well,
That's
we
what
bet.
Jerome Powell's going on,
No,
and that's
no.
why
I want to go on. I want to
It's
go
the
on what you paid.
goddamn
I want to go on
farmers.
what you paid for a loaf of bread in 2020 or 2021, just before the inflation, and what you're paying now. Because that would then give me
I
a
was in a
guide.
different country, so I can't relate.
I mean, it's all well and good saying 11%, but can we have
My
like
grocery
some
bill's
figures?
more than in 2020. I'll
Yeah,
say
for
that,
sure.
but
For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
it's
do that.
less. It is less.
I'll
Wait, you're
say,
saying you're-
like
Wait,
No, it's
boneless, skinless chicken breast. Big packs are way into the $20 range now, and they used to be in the low to mid teens.
12,
Well,
And I
13.
eat a lot
when-
of BCB, boneless, skinless chicken breast, man.
So that's near enough doubled in price. No, it's gone up by.
it wasn't double. No, it's not doubled.
Well,
steak
it's
went
not.
up too, too. So,
No,
so,
it's
but
added like $6 or $7 to it. If it used to be 14 or 15 for the big pack of like 6 or 7
So it's gone up
juicy
25.
breasts,
It's gone up 25%
large
there.
juicy breasts.
I love
Tasty.
juicy
At £15, if they go for
Keep
if they go
talking.
for £20 now, that's gone up
That's how Dan tests the
25%.
pack that he doesn't eat.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
What,
But-
when you say
let's just-
11% though, can you explain to me what that number even means? Like 11% of what?
So
Breast.
if you spend £100 on food a week, you're now spending £111 because it's gone up 11%.
From when? The year before? Like where?
Well,
is
from before the inflation hit, which was 2021.
most
Inflation.
importantly,
It's all-
from the
it's-
start of Kamala's vice
It's
presidency,
price gouging.
that's when it really matters.
So yeah, I don't understand where the baseline is. Like, is it every time someone's saying a percentage of inflation, they have a different baseline, or like what does the number mean?
Okay, so
you
inflation.
need a
inflation
baseline,
was
you're correct.
stable. Inflation was stable up until about 2021, wasn't it? And then it went up.
Well, that's when everyone started price gouging.
Mr. Kelsey won. Join in and
Oh,
make
yeah.
an even number.
What are you laughing about?
It's funny,
Toilet
isn't it?
paper jokes.
That's
I
what
thought it was-
is being said.
Yeah.
Eye gouging. That's what I'm worried about.
Sure.
Yeah, eye
Wow.
gouging comes after price gouging.
95 cents for a whole loaf of bread? That's a great price, Mr. English Bottle Cap.
95 pence. That would have been $2 for us.
What are you, some
That's
kind
about
of
one for one, isn't it?
economic? Fucking economic?
I'm
guy?
economic. I am.
How about the
Yeah.
price? How about the price of eggs? They went up too.
Oh, brutal.
Crazy.
Brutal.
Can't have my omelets no more.
We,
So
we
what
got
were they and what are they?
What were
Actually-
they? Didn't the 12 eggs? Wasn't it around $6 to $8 or something at some point?
No,
No,
well they
right
were
now.
up at that point. They're not
Yeah,
at $6 now.
Well, they are here.
Oh, well,
What still?
choose to live there. That's their problem.
What's eggs up there? How much is 12 eggs
5
for
to
like the
7.
dank dank
5 to 7.
for the high end eggs, like the
Yeah, the good
Yeah,
ones.
no, not the ones with like a
crappy
little
ones.
paper thin
Wow.
white shell that's made by not chickens.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I think it's around. I don't know. I'm gonna talk out of my ass, so I can't say. It's not that
yeah,
expensive
I
down here.
think a lot of you were talking out your ass. Yeah.
It,
I love
it
no,
trying.
really-
I just
I'll
bought
fill
it
the
eggs.
rest of the corn
It's-
out for you, Welshie.
Well, when I look up a recipe, if we're gonna make a chocolate cake and it says 4 eggs, I'm like, whoa, rich man cake.
Oh, do you get the organic eggs?
No, we're
Hell
not
yeah,
fucking
dude!
Crazy,
I make my own
bro.
organic eggs vicariously through the chickens we own.
Free range. They get 3 feet to walk around in a square, a small. That's their range. That I pay $1 for.
I'm getting you prices right now, Welshie. Getting you prices right now.
Yeah, I'm trying
I'm
to.
giving you the Costco price.
No, I don't have Costco near me, man.
32 eggs.
Yeah, one thing I notice here,
$6.
they sell $6 an egg. They
For the
sell
organic.
medium. They
Oh,
sell
yeah.
medium
$6
eggs.
an egg. You said
Organic,
a dozen eggs
organic,
for $5.
organic.
You said a dozen eggs
No,
for
sorry,
$5.
$6 a dozen, dude. I didn't mean
Organic. It's $4 for a dozen. Then,
Yeah, you
if
can
it's
get
not.
you can get for $1.62. You can get the barely a chicken eggs.
Yeah, that's like a Walmart egg. That's the worst
It's a
egg you
Walmart.
can
That's exactly
buy.
what it is.
What's
It's
wrong
a
with
egg.
Walmart? I shop there all the time.
Don't buy anything.
Don't buy Walmart
fresh
eggs,
from Walmart.
dude.
Like no meat,
Don't.
no deli, no eggs.
It's
from
all
Walmart.
packaged from Purdue anyway.
Just buy the stuff like.
Just grow your own,
cheeses,
bro.
Or just go to a butcher.
The
For
stuff in
eggs?
boxes, like in the
Yeah, I get eggs from my
aisles,
butcher.
buy
That's a
from them.
that's a horrible way to get the egg out of the chicken.
Why? They rip it right out.
Oh. These youth, man.
It's used.
It's older than you.
I
10
know.
years.
What's going on, Steve?
But I got you by like what, a couple months?
I don't know,
Yeah,
probably.
Smoke Wife has a real problem with tiny eggs.
We don't like tiny eggs.
Like quail tiny or like,
Yeah.
like guinea hen tiny or
Well, mediums, there's like a huge sale on those always around here.
There's
You'll
medium
walk,
eggs.
yeah, you'll
Yeah, she
walk
likes
into
them
the
double
egg
yolk.
department and it'll be like $4.99 for 18, and then it says medium. You're like, God,
Do you
and they're like
do
the
you get
same
plenty
as
of
like
double
the
yolkers?
Easter chocolate eggs.
I didn't know they had medium eggs. That's surprising. Bless you.
Do you get double yolkers in America?
never.
Yeah, well, not planned. Sometimes
I've
you
never
have
had
double
one in
yolks
my
in them.
life. I've
So
tried.
I had 5 out of 6 once.
Ouch.
So where I used to get my eggs from was straight from the farm.
Word up. But
And
let's get from the butcher when
and
they
the
go-
butcher that would sell them to me, he said it's very seasonal. So the double yolkers come in like just certain time of the season. He said literally all the
and
customers
then
come in.
England killed off all of the local chickens, and they must have gone through the roof in price.
Well, we can't feed chickens with food waste. We've got to feed chickens with chicken food. We're not allowed to feed them with food waste.
Right, because that's not as healthy as grinding up other chickens and putting them in their chickens.
That's
got
what
it.
he means by food waste. They're not allowed to repurpose chickens to feed the chickens.
No.
No, he
I'm on
means scraps off the table.
I mean scraps. I mean just like,
Compost.
whatever vegetables, bits of meat, whatever. Just food
Our
scraps.
table scraps are Impossible Burger and
Yeah, we're
Fauci.
legally not allowed to feed our chickens with food scraps.
That's such bullshit. I don't even understand how they can pass that law. That's crazy.
Can you feed them other chicken meat?
They love fried chicken.
It's not about that. What it was, I think they just want you to. They want to control who has the chickens. So they don't. I don't think they want you having them. So they're just putting more barriers in place.
That's just how do they pass that barrier, dude? That's like a monopoly type move.
Yeah, but basically, but the thing is, there was a case where in I think it's Sweden or somewhere, where they gave 2 chickens to 500 households, and they found out that no one bought any more eggs because they had plenty of eggs to eat. Right? Well, first thing they found out, and 2, it dropped their waste over the year by a significant amount, by a really quite significant amount of food waste that they didn't then dispose of because they gave it to the chickens, and they were given 2 chickens each house time. And and it looks like the UK government don't want that either because they wouldn't want that, would they? Eggs, the super eggs. They don't want you having eggs every day.
Welshie. So Kelsey said that he remembers filling a trolley for 80 pound, and now that's like an overflowed basket. and then Smoke Wife said that they don't leave the grocery store for less than $2.50 normally. Like, how do you relate to that over there in the UK for yourself? When you go shopping and you fill up a trolley, what is that? How many pounds is that roughly to fill up a trolley now?
I don't fill up trolleys, just a basket, but the price on food has just gone through the roof. It really has.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 300 here in North Carolina for a full trolley, depending on what it is. Like, we don't do rice and beans.
Well, in the last 3 months, I get the same sort of food every time. I've noticed that my bill's gone up consistently about £7 in the last, like, say, 6 months, just alone. My bill when I go to the shop is about £20, and I go a couple of times a week. So it's now like £26, £27, and I'm getting the same shit.
Do you feel like when you shop small like that you're losing money though? Like if you do a bigger shop, that you'd be better off?
Oh yeah.
Is it a matter of how you get the food home? Like, do you have a car, or do you take public transport, or do you walk, or like how do you get the food home?
I got a car.
Okay. Yeah.
How about Last Dance? For being a vegetarian, what's your grocery bill for yourself usually a week?
I thought he just grazed the dandelions in his backyard.
I don't even count.
You don't even count? Oh, I wish I had money like that.
I mean, I don't, but I don't shop once a week. I shop whenever I want to, which can be
I do that
times
too.
a week.
I go 3 times a week.
What is your average shop cost, Last Dance? 100?
No, 40, 50.
Are you going organic for your vegetables or not?
How many vegetables can one
Sometimes,
person buy?
if they look better.
That's what it is, though. It's the
Trader Joe's.
Yes.
The fact it's organic.
Trader Joe's.
No, I was talking to RW, who says though I buy organic, and I only buy organic if the vegetables look better.
Like, do you go to Trader Joe's?
No, Trader Joe's is too far away.
Trader Joe's is trash, bro.
Last time, really? I'd like to pull you on your comment. You said you only buy organic if it looks better. Well, traditionally, organic vegetables don't look better than mass-produced vegetables because, as I know, they take away the oddly-looking and the oddly-shaped vegetables. So they're all the same sort of shape and the same sort of size. So naturally, that would look better than the organic fruit or veg.
Well, it's not always true. I mean, sometimes, I don't know why, but sometimes the organic vegetables look better. Especially like broccoli, I'll feel that if it's got a little more snap,
broccoli.
I love broccoli.
You gotta feel it.
You're touching it now, though.
If it's got a little more, firmness to it, a little more snap, I'll go with whichever one is in better shape, basically. And it's like that for any vegetable.
You're like some young, fresh, and green.
Exactly. And untouched, if I prefer, but
without touching.
I worked at Giant back in the day, and we would
wife.
put organic vegetables out. We'd take the organic tag off of them and put it in the regular section to make sure that there's always something stocked. Because if there was nothing on the shelf, that was a problem. So they would rather lose money and put stuff on the shelf than not have anything there.
Really?
So there's a lot of people that were buying organic and didn't even know it.
Huh.
Losers.
Sucks for them.
Losers.
What a bunch of fucking losers.
Well, my wife only bought organic food for the kids when they were babies and drove me nuts.
Like baby food or like actual vegetables?
Baby food and actual vegetables, all the way up till like they were, I forget, 5 years old. And I'm like, what's the difference? Now you're going to feed them non-organic food.
So
first of all, your wife is a lovely lady, and she was right in every decision she made.
Well, he knows that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, some fucking organic food for the kids.
If it was up to me, if it was up to me, that kid would...
I don't want organic food for those kids.
Yeah, Monsanto.
No, that kid should have been on the boob till he was 5 years old. See,
Fat's free, huh? You just feed the wife.
And then when she faints every day from low iron content.
Now we go from organic
she's a vegetarian, so she's got a lot of iron in her.
Oh, is she? No kidding.
So-
That's great.
Oh, no. She does eat chicken here and there.
That's a
So
vegetable.
she's not really a
chicken
vegetarian.
is not a vegetable.
Exactly.
It is.
That's
in
why I
some
tried to fight
countries.
with her. I only have chicken once a month. I'm like, you're not a vegetarian.
Well, when I'm guarding the door to the vegetarian club, I'll let her in.
Why? She's eating chicken.
Because she's your wife.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a
God
club
bless
for a
her.
reason, Topple. It's a club.
She has
for a
to
reason.
deal with me.
Yeah, I mean, some of the most in shape people in the history of the world, they eat like chicken. That's their fucking meal.
Oh, that's my go-to. I love chicken.
Yeah,
when I do
literally
my
have chicken
diets,
meat.
chicken and broccoli. That's all I eat.
Yeah, exactly. And
Chicken and broccoli.
Little dab of rice in there, a little soy sauce.
You want no, just salt, pepper, a little sprinkle of Parmesan. Good to go.
Fight.
So why can't?
I agree.
What's the downside of using kitchen scraps to feed chickens? Is this the concern
organic.
about? Well, is it the concern about prion
Money
diseases?
I
Huh?
think it's a money thing. It's
You
just
heard me.
control
You know
money
what it
thing.
is. Don't pretend you don't know what that is.
I know what that is, but that comes from eating other animals, not eating.
Well, that would be, kitchen scraps would include, chicken pieces. You'd be
Yeah,
feeding
but
chickens
hold
to
on.
chickens.
Time out. Both timeouts. All right, so prion disease is when you take all your sick and dead animals and grind them up and put them in food to still use them.
Jesus.
That's where the prion disease came from. If your family ate some meat and then threw the scraps outside, that's not the same situation. Untime out. Okay, we're good.
Well, what if you're eating chicken brains?
Those families should not be feeding their chickens.
As long as I win this argument a little bit, I'll
You can
give
have
it
that
up.
one. I have no rebuttal. Zero rebuttal.
I'm out.
Brains. The fact that they even can stop people from living an organic, old-fashioned lifestyle is just, I don't even understand. That's worse than like people getting arrested for memes. That to me is even worse than that.
Speaking of memes, can I bring up that photograph you sent me?
What?
Sure, man.
What is that?
So the U.S.
Shits and
children
giggles?
are one of the
Yes.
most unhealthy children in the world. U.S. children are.
Not surprised
Obesity,
by that.
depression, and
Australia is probably competing for second or first place.
Yeah,
You can
but-
share the picture, Steve, if you want. It's just Sarita really thought it was funny and she wanted to share it with the group.
oh, I need to.
What's the
I gotta-
joke? I don't get it.
Shits and giggles. It's Amber Heard and Kamala Harris.
Yes.
So Amber Heard is shits.
Well,
Hey,
I'm
Kamala
not
Harris.
looking at the same pictures.
Kamala Harris is giggles. Or which
Do you-
picture that's in?
Why she shits?
You don't know about the trial. Good for you. You're a man.
You're such an innocent individual.
You're such a man. Thank God you
She
don't
should-
know.
Johnny
She
Depp
shit-
trial.
Yes.
she shit on his side of the bed.
She steamered it, bro.
Yeah, she
some
got
bombs.
angry and took
Yeah,
it.
did.
I don't follow this.
Good. Good.
It's
You're
okay.
a man.
Thin
You're the man.
level of media that is just garbage. It's
Kardashian
I
who?
Every day of the trial.
Okay.
Yeah, Smokesteve rises above.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking to the bottom of the swamp here, guys.
Okay. Lads, I've got a slight change of subject, but it is on the subject with kids. So
And Amber Heard.
in America, I found out that I believe you have about 40 jabs for your children.
Yeehaw. Don't we try to get that down into one mega jab or no?
No. Just a quick point here. Can you tell me how you contract hepatitis?
What?
40 jabs.
Usually,
bro. That's how we do it.
usually through tainted blood contact from someone that has
A dirty
hepatitis.
needle, you use it. Yeah.
Well,
Or you
One.
play in the toilet.
And the other one,
As
the other one
Topple
is
does.
the other one is sexual
I do
contact.
plumbing.
And the other one's
yeah, but I mean, monkeypox is kind of probably getting rid of hepatitis. So
well, with
Yeah,
the
but
shingles,
the
the shingles.
sexual part is more like Not traditional, normal.
Well,
What does that have
okay.
to do with kids?
The reason why the reason why I'm saying it, and I'm leading you down this road because I've checked in advance. I checked
No
like
back
3
alley
days
for
ago.
me.
So you contract it through sexual contact and dirty needles. That's basically what
Are
they're
you
saying.
talking about the HPV vaccine?
I want about hepatitis.
Hepatitis.
So,
That's liver. A liver.
so if you
disease.
can only catch it through those two, and you tested the mother and she hasn't got it, so she hasn't got hepatitis, right? And you're not going to have it's a newborn baby, so it's like, don't even go on that road. And the other one, well, both of them, we cater for both of them. So why would you give a child hepatitis vaccine within 24 hours of them giving birth?
Whoops.
I think that's the best answer you're gonna get out of the
That's the
group.
only thing a guy could say is, no idea. First time ever, Doc.
Are they
Whoops.
Johns? Are they what's the word when your skin's yellow and
Jaundice.
jaundice?
No. Every child in America
It's a vaccine.
right, gets a hep
On the
vaccine
schedule.
within 24 hours of giving birth, and they don't just get one, they get like 3 over a 6 month period.
I don't remember that one.
That's
Drug
called
Tech just
Welcome to
posted a
Hell,
video.
boys.
My wife is not anti-vaxxer one bit, but there are certain vaccines that she did not go with.
I love how
So-
you have to start your comment with that statement. I love that you have to say, I'm not an anti-vaxxer or my wife's an
Yeah.
anti-vaxxer.
Yeah,
Well, no.
I've got black friends.
Black?
You do? I can't believe that.
Wow. What an
No,
innovator.
but she.
You don't have the impact.
That was the problem. Every time I had to go to the doctor, she would tell me what shots not to give the kids, and
Yes.
I didn't ask questions. I was like, okay. So
But you all should be, because what I found out is
other kids, who cares?
the American kids have more jabs than anyone else in the world, right?
High five.
And you
Very nice.
have, I believe, I think in the UK we have like 25 or something. Or 20. You have like 36 or something crazy.
Is there a statistic that there's more kids with autism or that
Oh,
are autistic?
there we go.
these days?
Spell that word, Topple. Spell that word.
What, autistic?
Shock horror. Yeah, you have lots of cases of autism and problems that can be related to having jabs. So yeah, it sort of all adds up. But like once again, chaps, why would you need hepatitis vaccines when you're a newborn baby?
So, in your opinion, vaccines lead to autism?
Well, I would suggest that given newborn babies like 24 hours old, things that really they don't need to have. Why are you giving them?
There's more argument, Welshie. There's more. I hear you, bro. There's more argument for SIDS than there is for autism.
Okay.
Do you have children, Base?
I'm just curious.
Okay.
I
No,
like
and
to
that's
see
not a
how-
shot. That's not a shot. I was just.
No.
I like to see how people perceive these things. And perception is reality for a lot of people. So,
Unburdened by yesterday.
yeah, I just want to hear what people think about it.
The thing is, if for example you look at about like autism rates and the amount of jabs that American kids have, Google it now.
I have looked into that, Welshie. I have, and there's a lot of pushback. My grandfather was actually working for Merck to help create the MMR vaccine, and he had a lawsuit against them because he wouldn't sign the paperwork, and that's in a box somewhere. I should dig it out. That was an ugly one. He would not sign it because he said that it was causing harm and that he could not sign it. But
And what he did there is he's been very honourable, and he's followed his
he got shafted, bro.
Yeah, but he's followed his medical moral sort of compass. And I believe, was he a doctor then?
Yeah, he's a virologist.
They have a course of conduct that they can't open. Like so, for example, if they then believe that this caused, illness for the person having it, then they have a moral duty not to give it, and he chose that, doesn't he? Which is huge.
That's the route he took. We were still very blessed that his life turned out well, and my dad was able to work for him and me as well. It was great, but it was surprising. Merck had to give him his job back. He just didn't take it.
Did he get money in the end, compensation?
Not really.
RW, what's that disturbing thing over your right arm?
That's you, Steve.
It's like some fucking...
That's you.
Well, it's not actually me. He's much whiter. Look how tan I
am. It's pretty close, if you ask me, man.
Hold on.
Just keeping up with the times, dude.
No, the other way. Because it's opposite.
Ah, come on.
You're a better looking guy than that is. You look stronger, too.
Yeah, it's... Oh, wait. Which one? Him? Damn.
No, Steve.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, dude, I'm cooked.
You're cooked? You're running this thing, kid. I'm cooked.
No, I'm cooked.
Looks like we're cooked.
More, dude.
No way, man.
It's a cook-off.
Welcome to the barbecue, boys.
Oh, yeah, Steve, don't you have, busy things to do tomorrow with pickles or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, we get wasted while we're doing it. It's...
I bet you do.
It's not exactly fucking rocket science. Well, yeah, all right. So we'll bring this thing to an end, I guess, everybody.
Yeah. Last dance. Have you taken the monkeypox vaccine?
Oh yeah.
I have
the monkeypox.
I have not taken a monkeypox vaccine because I received a smallpox vaccine when I was a child.
Okay, good one.
Good for you. That's why you're so the way you are.
What? What's that?
No,
take that however you will.
in the chat, he was trolling the chat.
What? Yep. MSG me there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get Kelsey to message me in Discord, and also Base, or Topple if you want to also, to bring you into the think tank.
Have a good night, everybody, and have a great week.
Last dance. Have a wonderful night.
Be well.
And thank you, Smokesteve, for hosting it on Friday.
What's this think tank?
Yeah, just have my own server right now. I've backed away from all my projects, helping other people. And
am I allowed to be on there? A person like me allowed to be in there?
I'm not worried about you at all, dude.
Where's the link?
I'll message you a fresh invite.
Yeah, put in the back chat, mate. I'll just transfer it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Wow, that's thinking, man.
Yeah. Get that.
And we don't want Mr. Kelsey now.
Earlier too, right?
The Muslim guy? Is that the kid?
Yeah,
is he Muslim?
T's in there. Yeah. T lover.
All right. I didn't know what the hell you guys were talking about. I didn't know he was Muslim. Okay.
He's smart.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Yeah, I didn't.
I think. Look, it's fine. I mean, I know. I went after it a little bit, but
he seems like a cool. I seen him on here before. He seems like a cool person.
No, he's laid back. That's why he's in the server. I just I couldn't imagine being persecuted like that in a public space. I'm Christian. I'm not getting persecuted right now. Something might happen where I'm going to be on the shafting end of society, but to be Jewish or Muslim right now, not looking good.
Honestly, for such a young guy, I thought he handled himself well, and he stood up to it fine. I see no problem with him wanting to come back on his own.
Yeah, no.
But of course, I would welcome him back anytime. Good kid.
Yeah, I know you mentioned the Jews and the Muslims. You wouldn't want to be a Jew or a Muslim, but you wouldn't want to be a Christian in some parts of the world at the moment. They're getting slaughtered.
Yeah, and the Hindus too are going crazy in Bangladesh with I think some of the Muslims. Have you seen some of this shit, dude?
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, the Muslims were uprising, and the Hindus then stepped up. But like you go to Kenya and Nigeria and places like that, the Christians have been slaughtered in the streets, just hacked up.
Yeah, it's
like,
nasty.
hey, you're being nice to everybody and not causing problems. Let's get them.
Yeah, it's a tough state of affairs.
And they're being hacked up by other religions, obviously.
I think the hardest part is if you have to do mental gymnastics to uphold your standard, that should speak to you. Like, I don't feel like I have to do it in my faith. If something's called out to me, I will look at it and figure it out and have an understanding. And if it beats me, I admit that it beats me. But I'm not going to distract and use a distraction tactic to get around that question. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Are you insinuating that there's lots of minefields that he's got to cover? And
it sounds every time that conversation comes up, and it comes up a lot, it's how do I say it? It's avoided. It's a conversation that never really gets to be very direct. But the fact that he's willing to have a conversation is why I respect him and I enjoy his friendship, because I can talk to him about anything and it's not a yelling match. Yeah, so many people on that field, you start talking about that stuff and it's an ugly conversation.
Yeah, he doesn't come off as somebody who knows everything either. He's actively searching for information and trying to answer you in real time. He fumbles a little, which is great. It shows the reality of the situation.
Well, he's got a lot to be honest with you, he's got a lot to learn, and he's obviously an intelligent kid, and clearly is, but the problem is when he's got to cover so many curveballs, when he's got to cover up for so many curveballs, you end up just fucking, you're tripping over yourself. Sadly, he's got to cover for the scriptures, because if he actually denies the scriptures, it's haram. It's a big problem. And this is why I was saying to him, well, do you agree with this, then do you agree with that? Because he can't disagree with the book. He can't disagree. It's not like he's got to believe everything in that book the way it's written. And this is why I asked him if he was Sunni or Shiite, because he said it's mostly. But what I've led to believe is the Sunnis take the Hadith scripture as 6 and 9, and some of the Shiites, on the Shiite side, will say no, she was 16 to 19.
Trust me, dude. If you've ever been in the Nexus server, that conversation happens almost every day.
Yeah, so
I'm ready to not have that conversation. I'm not shitting on you. I'm just like, it's like it goes nowhere. Either one is not good.
Bring it on.
Either one is not good. Like, either one is just not good in my worldview. I would not do that myself. But I just don't like ad hominem. Like, if people are going to belittle somebody for their beliefs, that's different than challenging their beliefs.
Well, yeah, I don't think I was belittling him. I think I was challenging him.
Ad hominem attacks are always welcome.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Whatever.
As long as they can be discussed, and discounted in and of themselves,
I don't know how to respond to that statement.
Yeah, I don't.
Sounds crazy. That's pub, man. It's pub, dude. It's a pub.
You've had some pretty kosher pubs here for quite a while now. You must be in for a burner coming up here.
Well, this one's been good.
Yeah, it's been relaxed.
I was more hoping that there'd be like AFED, Magrande, someone from the other side on here so I could have fun.
I haven't I haven't. I can bring people, but I haven't been bringing people.
I don't need a whole swarm of them
Just,
to really.
I mean, one is a swarm.
No, that's not true. McGrandy's not a swarm.
It can be.
No, it's not. It's just fun. It's good to see other people's points of views, even when they're wrong.
As long as they're linear.
I like his stories.
That's fair. I like
He's
the
a
history.
great storyteller. Well, he's a big history buff, so I'm not going to take that away.
He is quite qualified on history. I will give him a grande that. This politics is gutter.
Wow. Everyone has a different point of view.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I have some older guys to talk to, man. Most of the internet I come across is mostly younger guys. Rarely do I get to talk to people in my age group or a little bit older than me. And it's definitely appreciated because the young people don't have the same conversation skill set.
Are they really political, though? The real young guys?
They're very political. They're very political. But politics is talking points for most people. They just listen to the talking points of the narrative, and that's what they go with, and that's the conversation. But if you challenge them and ask them for their own personal backing or understanding of it, that conversation never happens. It rarely happens.
They would be fun.
That's what I try to do all the time. I get it here and there, but I personally backed very far away from online. Besides the pub and like a weekly dig or the music trivia, I've backed almost completely away from online.
Where's this music trivia? Because I would kick everyone's ass.
I mean that happened yesterday. I have other playlists backed up and ready, but it's just the 80s and the 90s.
All right, go do one. Damn
it.
Do one?
Yeah,
all right.
Do one.
All right, let's do one
right now. Fire it up.
Firing it up.
Whitney
hopefully it works with because I can't do push to talk on here, so hopefully it works.
We might get canceled for the songs.
Oh, that's right.
No one's gonna pay attention.
All right, just make sure you're talking over it as I do this, so that it's a commentary.
One song just to make it a good one. Don't pick some fucking Alanis Morissette crap.
Hey, dude, Alanis Morissette is solid.
Solid. So 80s or 90s though?
90s. Fuck the 80s. There's no good music in the 80s.
The first one is Alanis Morissette, so I'm gonna have to skip
that. That's hilarious.
I would have got that.
And the second one. Okay.
Ought to know.
Right, I'm out of here, chaps. See you later.
All right, peace. Have a good week, dude.
You out tomorrow, Steve?
Yeah, I'm out. We're pickling.
He's playing with pickles.
No, are you doing a live?
No.
Oh man. Here we go. This is something you guys will probably get.
Stick around. We're gonna get off the Alanis in 5 minutes. Smokesteve. Smokesteve. I think, was that D Light Groove is in the Heart?
No. It's a slow intro because it's a music video, but it should be now.
All right, well, keep going for top one. Hey! I know the song.
I don't know this.
All right, stop it.
I don't know this.
That's Jimmy's Chicken Shack, man.
Oh, yeah, I never heard of that band either.
Yeah, totally.
All right, we're just going to do something simple, all right? You guys will get it in 2 seconds.
Nirvana.
No.
No. Machine Head Bush.
He's got it.
Yep.
Try to say your name first, but that's fine. Smokesteve.
All right, man. Tear it up, dude.
Is that Barbie World?
No. Rhythm. I don't know the band.
Real McCoy, Another Night.
Wait.
I thought it was Rhythm of the Night. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was something with rhythm.
Nope.
Offspring.
Offspring what?
Say Topple
The kids
first.
aren't all right.
That's correct.
See, I would kick everyone's ass in the
Gotta
90s.
say
80s,
top-
I'm lost.
You got to say Topple first.
Wait,
Like
what?
it's-
Oh, I
if
didn't know the
that's your-
rules.
That's your buzz-in. Well, I didn't really
Topple
accept
is
the
the
rules.
buzzing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, last one for the 90s. Here we go.
My tea's gone cold and I wonder why.
Say Topple.
Is that actually the intro for lyrics?
Yeah!
Ugh.
I got out of bed at all.
You don't know who that is,
Smoke
though?
Steve.
All right, get him, Smokesteve.
Sarah McLachlan.
No.
Ooh, no. Very
No,
much
I'm
not.
sorry. White Flag by
Nope.
that bitch.
Dude, we summoned Scum with
Eminem.
playing music.
Eminem.
Yeah.
Is it Eminem? Or
no,
is
Oh,
it's
it
shit,
Dido,
Scum's
bro.
here.
That's
Oh,
Thank
you
You
got
by
to keep it going
Dido.
with music.
All right,
Scum
so-
is a-
That's an Eminem song, too. They played together, though.
oh, he
See?
says it.
That's what I'm
Dido.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dido. Right?
Yep.
My tea's gone cold, I wonder why. Oh, Topple.
All right. You buzzed in. I saw it.
Whitney Houston. What? Oh,
What's
My
the
Heart
name
Will
of the
Go
song?
On? No. Oh,
no.
shit. No.
You would have lost a point on that one. Damn.
No. Oh, we get negative points?
Yeah, buddy. This is real trivia.
All right. I got the person. I don't know the name of the song. Bodyguard.
I will always something.
I will always love you.
I will always love you. I got that 2 points, Steve.
All right. How about let's go back to the 80s real quick. And I'm curious if you even know this band. If it plays. Any second now.
Dude.
All right. Go ahead.
I
man.
know the song. I just don't know shit about the band or the.
That's
Hey now, hey now.
The worst is over. That's Crowded
That's gonna be
House.
Thompson Twins.
No,
Scum
Hey,
TV
man.
got it.
Crowded House, man.
Scum got it.
I
Scum
know
got
it's
it.
not Thompson Twins. but
Then
who
what's
is
the name
it?
of the band, Scum? Or sorry, what's the name of the
Crowded
song?
House? You got it.
Yeah, you got the name of the band, but he's got to get that title.
Well, Scum's not invited to these games.
Come
Yeah.
get your ass in here. Make it an even number. 4.
All right, now here we
4
go.
on the
Here we
floor.
go.
That's right.
Corn?
It probably was in a couple of those.
I don't know what this is.
That's why this was on a separate playlist. Remember you were saying like make a B level or a C level for people that were
Harder
winning?
one.
That
Yeah,
was
for Vandy.
Sadie, Smooth Operator.
Oh,
Smooth
Scum got
operator.
Sadie.
Sade.
Yep, Scum did get it. Smooth, he did get it.
Mouth operator, he said. Good enough. Smokesteve.
What do you got, Smokesteve?
Billy Idol. Dancing with Myself.
All
What?
right, man. Last one
Oh.
so that you don't get a strike. Here we go. We're going to do... There we go.
Oh.
Smokesteve.
What do you got, buddy?
Toto, Rosanna.
That's it, man. Steve won. Sorry. Topple. you
How?
totally-
I named a lot of 90s. I got the
I don't know,
90s.
man. I think he scored all the points. I didn't write them down though, so I didn't.
Yeah,
I
that
couldn't-
that drum beat, man. When
Oh, if it's just gonna be eight,
Rosanna,
can we go in the
Rosanna.
2000s too?
I will make another list. I don't know.
I guess
if I'll-
me and you be the only one that could do that.
Dude, Bandy, who came here last time, Bandy was rocking out titles all the way from the 1930s. Like he was
Yeah,
just like,
Bandy was
as soon
very
as the
good.
first couple notes, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, dude, you're like 22 from California. How do you know these things?
I could do 70s. I could do that stuff.
I will do a lot like Jim Croce.
Actually, 80s is like my weak point of music. So
I feel you, bro. I feel you. But like, you got to spread it out because like you got
I know.
Eve and Last Dance. So I got to put stuff. I got like Mozart and Beethoven in there for like the Last Dance to get points.
Oh, wow.
And then,
Well, hey, RW, do you have a bonus track, a hard one for Scum? Because he's saying those were.
All right, he wants a hard one. Oh, I got a hard one for him.
I got a Spotify too.
This is Scum only.
Scum only. All right, buddy. This is going just for you. Give me a second.
Play rap.
Once it actually opens the right fields. All right. If he gets this, that'll be pretty cool.
That's obscure. He's never gonna get it.
It'll start in a second. I have a feeling he knows who this band is. Wow. That's Snot. That's the band Snot.
Don't know it.
Snot. Okay.
All right, one more.
Not well known. I mean, yeah. You're Stump Scum.
What, like, can he do?
Knows.
Can he do stuff from like?
Yeah, well, he would know that in
Lola?
1 second, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
Are you
band,
doing
though.
this off YouTube or are you doing it off Spotify?
I did it. I did playlists to find the popular songs from the different eras. I did playlists off of YouTube, but here I'll do one more here. But I don't know if he'll get it because it's. I don't know. About to drop.
Hold it closer. No idea. Dude.
I know he likes more hardcore music. That's from when I was a bit younger, but I don't know if he's gonna get it. Those were the hard balls.
All right, here. You know what we're gonna do? It's 11:30 here.
That was Defcon Hexagram.
Scum's the only guy left in the chat. Let's all. Yeah, that's Corn.
That's Corn. Yeah.
Let's all head over to Scum TV's channel. Scum, you gonna run a live? Set it up.
We're gonna set a raid. Run a raid.
Let's run a raid. Let's raid him. Let's raid Scum over there.
Can you do that?
Do you guys before we raid? Do you guys? So someone's asking me to do a movie trivia. I don't know shit about movies.
I don't know shit about movies either. I'll watch though. I'll watch.
Do you think you'd be able to compete, Steve? Because I don't really have many people that even seem to be able to compete.
Yeah, last movie I watched was like 20 years ago, though, dude. I don't watch movies anymore.
Blues Brothers is coming up on Thursday night.
That was from like before I was born. I'm 49 now, so that's an old ass movie.
The Blues Brothers?
Yes.
The Blues Brothers is that old?
Well, you're not watching the dumb remake, right?
I don't know. I just bought the Blues Brothers. If I bought the wrong one, I feel like an ass. I thought you were talking about the one from like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's very old.
Okay, shit. Awesome.
70s.
I thought you were born in like the 50s, bro.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Thanks. Thank you.
You look so good for your age.
I would guess Smokesteve's 44. That would be my guess.
Dude, I'll toss motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
He's gonna break us for guessing his age. It's his
44.
Long here. Dude, how much time do you spend on your hair, Steve? Because I don't spend any time on
I know what your age is.
None. I got this fucking speck on the screen that makes it look like there's this thing on my forehead. No, I'm fine.
You spend no time on your hair? It's
none.
silky and flowing, and you just like rock off the pillow and just.
Well, I wash it. I buy the fucking proper products.
Like Sassoon.
Yeah, Vidal Sassoon. That's what.
I didn't even know the full name of it. The fact that you even knew the full name of it, I called it.
I use Selsun Blue. I use Selsun Blue.
Dove products, bro. Dove.
Dove is. I like their chocolate. Don't eat their soap though. It's
Actually, Dove's the only soap I can use on my skin because it's so sensitive.
Oh wow.
So
Are you
very
liberal?
sensitive.
Because I'm
What?
actually Irish. That's what I have to use.
Oh.
No, wouldn't that be
That's like
Irish
you eat Irish
Spring?
Springs. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, you're way off. Irish Spring is fucking full of perfume, dude. It's disgusting.
Oh, so you have sensitive skin too?
It's just perfume. They just like squish.
It
perfume
smells
into
good
water.
though. It smells good when you get out of the shower though.
Bro, I'm all about Head and Shoulders.
I'm all about Selsun Blue.
Yeah.
You ever give it a rub and tub there on there?
Dude,
You'll be
it
burning
tingles.
for days.
It tingles. It's an experience. But you definitely don't have dandruff on your nuts afterwards.
Wow. Little menthol action, baby.
Yeah. It's better than T-gel.
I don't know what T-gel is.
T-gel is like if you have major dandruff, you use T-gel. It's got like not tar in it.
Yeah, tar. Coal
Is it
tar.
coal tar? That's what it is. It's fucking
What?
like
It's disgusting.
It's epic. It's straight up
I never heard of
pharmaceutical.
it.
Yeah, don't use it.
As you can see, it has its
because
side
you will
effects.
be using coal tar. It's fucking.
Yeah, see, you
foul.
probably washed with T-gel or Nair at one point in time and didn't realize it. And you're just like lathering up with your body soap, and your wife's like, "Don't do it!"
I did do Nair on my head one time. Don't ever do that.
I never. First of all, don't need to. It would be a waste of Nair.
I put it on my balls too.
That's not probably what you're supposed to do on
Baby
the
smooth.
instructions.
No, by directions, no. It's only
Yeah,
meant for chest or backs.
Right. Women's chests. That's not okay.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who's
They
using
have hair in their
that shit?
chest. They just constantly
Hair.
remove it all the time.
It's fucking disturbing.
You guys don't
So-
pluck your hair?
You know what?
You guys don't pluck your hair? No plucking?
Pluck? I pluck.
You don't shape your
nothing.
eyebrows?
No.
Neither
No,
do
I
I.
trim
They
my
usually
eyebrows.
burn off.
I
I'm
trim
being
them.
serious.
The true tradesman.
You should see my
Twice a year.
father's eyebrows are like fucking rain shutters. They puff out so far.
Dude, do you have to wear... you do construction, Steve. So, like, you have to, like, hide your hair in, like, a hat or something? Or is there any stipulation for work where they're like, that's dangerous. You're going to get caught in a drill and rip your head off.
No.
Good.
Hard hat.
I create the stipulations for work.
Good.
Oh, he's the GC.
Right.
Nobody creates anything in relation to me.
Great. Sweet.
I run
You
the
can get
show.
some stuff done. You don't have to all the red tape that you're floating through.
Yeah, I do it all myself. Everybody else who wants to help, go fucking pick up trash and let Smokesteve run the fucking show. Dude.
And that's why. And that's when you throw the trash directly on the ground beside you.
Yeah. 'Cause
And
if
the
it-
old Italian guy starts, or the Indian cries.
Both.
well, if it means I get the job done quicker, then fuck yeah.
Dude, my whole time I've worked for a family my whole life basically, and my grandfather or father don't know how to put anything back ever. Like they just, when they work in the shop space, it's just everywhere, and that's how it works. And then they just buy a new tool instead of finding one that they used the day before. Like that's the mindset. I've got a tick from it for the rest of my life, but that was my job. My whole life was organizing stuff. That's what I do. I organize stuff.
OCD.
You got
I
to
have
pass the
OCD on that
torch
now,
of helper down to one of the little guys.
They just straight passed the whole organized thing. They're just like their
Well,
grandfather.
I guarantee they know where that tool is in that clutter of mess,
No.
though. Oh, they're
No.
not that type.
No,
I work
They
with a
just
guy
know
like that.
if it's in the house.
I work with a guy like that. His whole truck is a mess, and he can go in it and find what he needs in 2 seconds.
Dude, I had one young guy tell me that once, and then his dad was like, "He's fucking lying. He doesn't know where any of his shit is." But I believe that that's true for that person. I have met people like that where it looks like an absolute bomb went off, but if they actually did clean it up, they would be so lost. Do you clean up after yourself, Steve? Do your tools all go in the right spot in your car? Like, how does that work for you? Do you backpack? Do you just have a backpack with all your gear in it? Like,
No, yeah, I have a tool bag that I keep everything in. The problem is, like, some of my workshop areas and desk get overloaded with stuff, you know?
and how often do you clean that space? Or because you don't have a home shop, you go on site and do it on site. So you clean up when the job's done.
Yeah, you have a proper shop, right? Your own shop.
A couple, yeah.
Okay.
Dang. How often do you clean up the shops? Like, do you have someone else do it? Or, like, do you ever, like, once a month or once a year just, like, reset it?
Never.
You're the foreman, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's cool. If like we hung out and I was in your shop, my eye would just start like fluttering.
Well, I don't discourage cleaning up of the shop.
Keeping an organized mess.
Yeah, no.
You're like, hey, where'd RW go? And he turns around and I'm like putting all the drills back in the right, organized everything in its right place.
Oh, everything has to be at the right size bits?
It does. In the right container, in the right shelf, in the right hook. Yeah, definitely.
I learned in the trades, electricians are the most cleanest people, and the plumbers are the worst. By far the worst.
Interesting.
Yes.
I don't know if I can vouch for that.
Electricians seem to throw their shit everywhere.
No.
In the wall cavities,
other people
bro.
To pick it up, man.
They poke it in the wall cavities, and it just becomes insulation. Plumbers, they can't leave it behind.
No, I mean their trucks, their shops.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
trucks and shops. You go into an electrician's truck, it's spotless. Everything, all the cords are wrapped up. They have their own nice little hook sets. Beautiful. Go in a plumber's truck, there's old parts from fucking 2 years ago laying on the floor over there behind a mess of other things.
And depending on how fast they are driving to the work site, it could be on the left side of the truck or the right side of the truck. It's not exactly like there's a spot.
See, I don't do shelves in my truck. I just do toolboxes, all organized, stacked on. And everything's labeled.
Dude, everything is good on you, man. I can see Steve's hand for a way out. I can sense it, bro.
Well, I mean, my truck is organized in a certain way that only I would know.
Well, is it a van or you have a pickup? Yeah.
With a back seat, you know.
You should just get a dump truck and just like dump your tools off and start.
I'm here.
It's too expensive. I'm just joking.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
I would think it'd be cool if you had an 18-wheeler that just like opened up like a shop and like a butterfly knife just like flipped open and like the whole thing was a shop and then it closed up at the end of the day. Baller.
We do all right. When we do a renovation, we come up with a list and we stick to it and get everything there. And, you know, it's a system.
You usually get everything delivered, or do you pick it up?
Do you have the CIA drop bricks off?
It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid model on that. I pick up, I get it delivered. Now it seems like getting shit delivered is actually come down a lot. Like $80, you can get a whole truckload.
Quicker shipping.
But you can get it when you need it. Like they arrive on time. You get your materials.
Well, if you go in, if you have the opportunity to go in and plan for a project and get everything ordered and ready ahead of time, yes. If you're going in on the last minute and you need it done in a week and you need the materials immediately, you're fucked. You've got to get in there ahead of time. You need to pad the occasion for the potential delays. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I hear you, man. Like me and my dad did a renovation of a property that we're working on selling off, and we worked with Lowe's, and we called in and we said we need this, and this. Every time we went there, it was wrong. Every time. Yep. So if you're dealing with that level of ridiculous, you know, like I don't know the right word for that.
I never do that with Lowe's. I would only do stuff that they have to have more than 2 on the shelf. Then you can go and pick it up yourself. You never want to leave it up to them. With that, you want to use a local lumber yard or a contract supplier. You know,
Yep.
Right, for
Supply house.
floors and stuff, all the seamless renovation stuff for like new floors and everything. You because I've never done it before. We just went with convenience, and it was not very convenient.
Well,
yeah. Totally.
Pricing too comes into a big factor with supply houses too, and on top of it, it depends on what you're looking at, but also quality.
Don't you need a license in order to buy from them, though?
Not always. Not always. Depending on what you're talking about.
A plumber, and he shops at places that I can't shop.
You can go in and kind of haggle with them, but if I don't have a freaking with you, a contract with you, you're a do-it-yourselfer. No, I'm not, but I'm willing to buy the part. You don't want money, and usually they'll shut the fuck up behind the counter and give it to you.
Okay.
Like with refrigerant, I got a lot of guys that don't have their CFC or anything. They'll pick up refrigerant for me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's illegal because they don't have a license or a certificate, but
money's more important than regulations, right?
But they give them the company's name that I work for, and my card's on register with them.
Right.
So it kind of would backfire me if anything, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they're just like me picking up cigars from my dad in the 80s. They know it's not for them, it's for you.
Oh. But I understand where RW is coming from. There is a lot of people that are, they don't sell to do-it-yourselfers. That's their biggest thing. They say, you're a do-it-yourself. No, I'm not. I'm actually doing a job. I'm willing to spend this amount of money. You don't want it, I'll go somewhere else with it. And usually they shut the hell up.
Sure.
The plumbing supplies around us is really notorious for it because also I'm in a union stronghold area that if you come in there, you're non-union, sometimes they won't even sell you shit.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean, we're not doing a renovation anytime soon again. I'm thankful, but I learned a lot through that experience, and I just felt bad for any company that, you know, orders a whole bunch of stuff and then they get it and they have that window of time and all of a sudden they have to figure out a whole bunch of shit because it's messed up, and there's no accountability. They're just like, oh, I don't know.
And a lot of times, if you order a lot of material and get it delivered, they don't care that they just want to see the money.
Right.
And most of the times it's who else is standing in that supply house at that same time when you're talking to them. If you have a bunch of workers in there, well, they're union guys. I'm selling it to a non-union person. Could be a problem, or a do-it-yourselfer.
Yeah, shame on that guy.
Well, and that's the perks of my job is really everything is usually ordered and delivered. And yeah, sometimes I'll have to run somewhere and pick stuff up, but it's not usually, everything's usually set for me. There's a process. So
have you guys ever used McMaster-Carr?
Yes, I love McMaster-Carr. Actually, it's my favorite. I order it and the next day it's there. But
and if you mess up, they give you another one for free.
Yes.
Yeah, they've always been pretty. My dad.
I hate Granger, but we have to use Granger in the past. But McMaster-Carr is my go-to, actually.
All you're gonna get is some really gay guitar. There's our guy.
You ready to raid, bro?
Just showing you, giving you a preview.
Dude,
right.
I think we should raid. I think we might as well.
There he is.
I actually got a plumbing job to do tomorrow, so I should be going to bed.
What is it?
Should was the keyword. What?
Neighbor.
What's the job?
Just soldering up 3/2-inch pipe. That's it.
No pro press? Come on, bro.
No shark.
I'm not bringing. No shark. No, we don't use shark bites. I don't use shark bites. I'm not using pro press. It's a couple joints I got to solder in, so it's just in a crawl space.
Steve likes joints.
What's that?
Steve likes joints.
Crawl space.
Yeah, I have a dolly. I'm bringing a dolly so I could roll on my back so I could do the job.
Do you have like dusters that you like put on your helmet so that it like gets all the cobwebs as you're like wheeling back in the hole?
That doesn't bother me. It's ball. It just cut right through it.
Oh God, like Indiana Jones.
No, the only thing I don't like about crawl spaces is the shit falling on my face. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, you have goggles, right? Just so that you're not getting stuff in your eye.
I got goggles, but I mean, like, just even when you're rolling through, just the vibration or someone walking above you, it's just shit falling on you. Just
when you get home, your wife sees your beard like speckled with all the goodies. Yeah.
I gotta go through the garage every time I get home. I gotta go through the garage, put my clothes in the washer, my separate washer in the garage. Come through the house in boxers and take a shower.
You in the face.
Well, it's because of lead, man. That's a good policy.
It's also the places I work most of the times. Like, I leave my boots in the garage. I don't try to track anything in, and especially if you're working in a hot area like with asbestos, try not to bring any of that inside the house. So
asbestos, the gift that keeps on giving.
Later in life,
yeah,
just like smoking,
dude. In Australia, any job that you do to renovate is most likely you're going to be dealing with asbestos. They used asbestos out the ass everywhere in Australia. I didn't even realize they made that many different things out of asbestos.
Like what? Insulation
all
and all?
siding, the flooring.
Oh yeah, siding,
the ceiling tiles.
They're not friable. Most of the stuff is not friable. You just can't make it into a dust. It's the insulation that's the problem.
I learned that when you're gonna like drill through the wall, you take a cup and you spray it full of shaving cream, and then drill through that so it catches it all in the cup.
All right. Well, you guys have a great week. I will talk to you, Steve. Have fun tomorrow. And I'll check out your Discord.
Cool, man.
All right, buddy.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
I'll see you over at the raid, Steve. Thanks for hosting, bro. Appreciate it.
All right, bye. See you at Scum TV. And you go now. All right, everybody. It's been a fine pub. Mr. Kelsey won, Scum TV. Everybody, you've been great. Wife. Last Dance. All my people. I'm going to forget you now. I've had a few drinks. A little bit of herb. Be well. And try to spread positive energy to the world. I love you all. Good night.